a second ago live on my YouTube channel. I never actually checked up any of our mods, like their profile and stuff. I haven't really checked out anything about them, but yeah. Playing with Ari.
Hallod? Itt a víz, elhalt a százal, itt megfagyva, de túloldalt a kutyánál,
Ari's
meg van fagyva. Most nem tudom mennyire érte itt a fagy.
Discord KDA.
Na, mindig mondtuk, de nem hoztuk be. Elfelejtettük estére.
It's playing Opera Moon. I don't know, I just looked through Reddit or something till I mean, I started streaming like some like 20 minutes, something like that earlier. About the games, it's just Why do I argue with a Redditor, man? Why do I argue with a Redditor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Kávé, főttél? Na, de még azt sem mondtam.
Végzem majd kiregelítjük.
The earlier another Yeah, how is 50% win rate almost negative though? I think I found the Reddit moment indeed. I think I found the Redditious Redditor. The Reddit. I regret response. Oh my god. I don't know what did he check honestly, but if he clicked on expand, you can see I played 12 different browsers for diversity, but after a time I mainly stick to fewer ones just because the reason behind that is just very simple. You just have like you have to relearn the mid matchups, you have to relearn those browsers, and I had to stick to fewer champs. At the beginning we could also go for diverse champions just because it's easier to just like, you know, for diversity, say we don't play basically the same 2-3 things, so like people can look at things and be like, oh wow. I don't know, like, does Words get streamed on Twitch or YouTube? I think on Twitch we get more ads, no? I think on Twitch we get more ads. Wait, the game is already live, what? Wait, is it? Or is it just a replay? Hold up. Hold up, guys. Need some visual clarity in here. VVG versus T1. Yeah, but it starts at 10 o'clock, no? What? Hold up. Hold up for a second. Something ain't right, huh? Something is not right in here. But I think this is not the actual game, this is a replay. No, I mean, I didn't watch the previous game, no? But I think this is just a replay, no?
Influence on this game in a world where people are always memeing on top lane is not having this big impact and being an island. These two top laners that have made it to this stage have certainly had the impact.
Yeah, this top lane matchup is going to be so much fun, and for Zeus, I think obviously it's kind of a return to form for him, but also he was able to get his revenge against 369, right? Because last year when these two teams faced each other at Worlds, I felt like people were really looking at 369 being like, you know, he's so much better, even though T1 won. He got his revenge this time, and he's been such like the fact that he's been able to be so stable for T1, I think has been so key to their success.
He has to show up today.
Finals, yes, okay. Stay strong in the finals.
Stay sharp. So let's talk about the champion pools then as we will be. We're moving closer to champ select. It's still a ways away. Talk to me about the champ pool for Zeus then.
I mean, they share a lot of
Yes, they
champions.
do.
Both these top laners have played a whole bunch, but Zeus actually has two that the Shy has never played in his career. We're looking at career-long stats. Now, if you play against Zac and solo queue, you know that actually the Conqueror top Zac does a lot of unexpected damage, and we saw the power of the Yone counter pick specifically into the Aatrox, which has become very prevalent in the current meta. So these are two tools that Zeus has shown that the Shy hasn't shown yet.
Oh, that's so cute. These unique champions.
Isn't it?
But
I
look
mean,
at the
it's
Shy.
The
Look
Shy's
at this
unique
unique
champion pool right over here. This man is willing to slam
What's that
anything.
Nivea doing?
Yeah, this man is willing to slam anything in top lane.
You guys see that, by the way.
Good counter pick. So that's where you see stuff like the Anivia, the Kalista, and Vayne.
Holy hell. You guys see that?
Proliferating those in top lane, the Victor top, the Viego. I think the thing I really want to stress about the Shy, not only is he super aggressive in a lot of these matchups, as people know his playstyle to be, but he is more than willing to try something incredibly off the wall. We just saw something unexpected in the Graves, whose pushing power transformed
wanna
that
cross
win
off the
for
Quinn.
them. Yeah, I mean, we saw
Cross that
Quinn.
Quinn off there.
That wasn't that great.
I'll do that. But Dogda, do you want
bring
to talk
up the
about the
share.
share pools? Yeah.
This is absolutely insane. The fact that for Zeus, who hasn't played anywhere near as long as the Shy to have
Yeah.
pulled out so many of these different picks, but also been able to perform in a plethora of different styles. I mean, you can see the things like the Tryndamere, the Camille's, the Fioras, these big split pushes that can be the Malphites, the Orns. They kind of are just a beast on so many different styles, and what's made them
Yeah, you see how many champions? Oh, that's a like a lot of champions. So seven in a row, and it's 4x7. That's like 28 champs, right? For the other guy.
And G-Sun after their victory over BLG in the Verizon Game Day interview.
This is what makes the run extra special for Weibo, the fact that you kept on defying expectations. I feel like a few people, except Casual, believed in you coming here at Worlds. What is the biggest improvement for the team, you would say?
우선 사실 저희 팀적으로 소통이 원활히 이루어지는 팀이 아니었기
Well, he really said a lot.
때문에서 정말 팀 같지 않나 생각이 들 정도로 꽤 많이 성장한 것 같고요. 다른 일반 팀원들은 이제 아마 스스로가 알 거고 저 개인적인 경우에는 좀 리스크지는 플레이에 대한 리턴 값에 대한 명확한 결론을 알게 된 것 같아요. 그래서 확실한 결과값이 있을 때만 리스크를 지기로 했고 아니었을 때는 좀 더 안정적인 플레이 추구하는 식으로 하다 보니까 좀 결과가 나온 것 같습니다.
First of all, I want to say our communication has become a lot cleaner. Early this year, I was like, our communication is not clean at all. It's so messy, but I think right now, we are now all on the same page. I think all the other players are believing so as well. And for myself, personally, I think I'm finally able to find a conclusion of perfect calculation of risk-taking plays. So for example, I can calculate everything and see if it's actually worth the play, I go for it. But if not, if it's a risky play, without any like promising outcome, I would not make that play.
You have been so confident, Dasha, and I think this confidence shows on stage. And it's an amazing story for you, especially 5 years ago. You were here in Korea, winning your first World Championship. You will be playing finals again for another title. How much of a different player are you compared to back then?
우선 5년 전에 같은 결승에 올라왔었는데 5년 전에 저는 그냥 게임하는 어린아이였다고 생각합니다. 네, 지금은 좀 더 많은 성장을 했고 인격적으로 많은 성장을 하다 보니까 이제 소통과 플레이적 면에서도 좀 더 특별함을 보여줄 수 있는 것 같아요. 좀 더 냉정한 판단을 하게 되는 것 같고 그런 부분이 좀 바뀐 것 같습니다. 네.
5 years ago, I was just a boy playing video games, but now I think I grew up so much as a person. So I think my decision making and also my play has become a lot more kind of mature. So I think I'm really happy with how much I improved so far. And I want to say, like right now, I have learned so much about making plays and making decisions.
The stars are aligned for Weibo. Last year, DRX LCK 4th seed was winning Worlds, defying all expectations. This year, LPL 4th seed Weibo made it as well to finals, defying expectation with you as a captain. Can history repeat itself?
뭐 이런 미신이잖아요, 사실 그죠? 네, 미신은 정말 좋은 것 같아요. 저희 팀이 미신에서 우승하라고 하고 있는데 뭐 제가 말할 말이 뭐 있겠나요? 그냥 네, 미소 짓게 만드는 말인 것 같아요, 그냥. 네.
I mean, it's a superstition, right? And I like that, you know? Why would you, like, reject that? It's all about us winning worlds, so it just makes me wear a big smile on my face. I'm really happy about it.
Love the scripts and Weibo's story and your story as well, Dasha. 감사합니다. Thank you. Good luck on finals as well. And Jisung, thank you so much for the translation.
It's going to be so interesting to see if the top laners with all their might can kind of skew the expectations for where the heavy points of this matchup are going to lie, because as we've seen from the bracket stage so far, bot lane has been so incredibly important and pivotal, not in the least when you have someone like Gumayushi up versus Light.
Yeah, I mean, both these AD carries have been keys for their teams, but bottom lane is also critical because of dragon stacking, and we've seen especially T1 have been magnificent at that. Let's start with Guma though. This guy has been absolutely insane. And I want to point out specifically the Varus pick, because stats will tell you a story, but Guma to me has had 2 of the most Giga Chad plays at the entire tournament. Number 1, and these are not versus Slapsis by the way. Number 1, the Varus at the tower versus Aphelios trying to get the 1v1. Boom, 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 shoots Gala down, stands his ground, wins that duel, and then the 1 versus Ruler in 369 where he flashes both the Q from the Zeri and the Q from the Aatrox, and he still wins it is absolutely insane, like scripting level stuff so far from
I
him.
need that about Light too.
I do think on the opposite side though, Light has been very underrated his entire LPL career, because you're looking at a guy who comes from the likes of the Uzis, the Rulers, the Viper when he was there, like so many incredible Jackie Loves, the incredible AD carries that are in this region make it hard to stand out. But Light is slowly but surely back from LNG, growing now where he was with Iwandi onto this roster, has becoming and making his name like Gala did at these international events to become an insane AD carry that now he'll get to prove if he can take down Gumayushi.
And it's a critical part of their strategy that we've seen. They send Weiwei, they send resources, so much stuff into Light to get him to carry.
They do, and for more on Gumayushi, we have a World's Finals edition of Draw My Life with Emily Rand.
Draw my LCK life. Gumayushi. World's Finals Edition. Woo! Lee Kumayushi Min Hyung first caught the public's attention when his Seoul City KEG team actually upset Hololive Esports at the 2018 KESPA Cup. This roster also included Doran, Elim, Plex, and Pop. Kumayushi is actually the 6th of 7 total siblings, which also include former SK Telecom T1 Terran, StarCraft 2 player Innovation. In middle school, when Kuma told his father that he wanted to go pro, his father said that he had to reach Challenger by the end of middle school, and he hit it in the 8th grade. In LCK Spring 2022, Kumayushi had 219 kills, which is the most for any LCK player in a split, and he beat Ruler's previous record of 209.
Holy shit, that's a lot of kills.
Alongside his laning partner Keria, Kumayushi is an instrumental part of T1's ability to dictate the global meta, especially regarding bot lane 2v2s. And also, like his T1 teammates, Kumayushi has been very outspoken about how much the DRX defeat really humbled them and has fueled their desire to win. And I stress that people should go watch the T1 documentary on Kumayushi. It's really, really good. It's like 2 hours long, but I highly recommend it. A lot of these facts came from there. And then, yeah, I just can't stress enough, like you talked about the Varus, 2v2s are so important, and Guma has been such an instrumental part of this T1 roster for the past few years.
And the sentiment that we saw in that documentary is the sentiment that runs across all of this T1, which we will touch on later as well. But the fact that they have been so good, but just not good enough to win those finals, and how much regret they had. That shot of Keria breaking down into tears and Faker looking over, I will never forget it, and they won't either, I don't think. But I'm glad you mentioned it about the bot lane in general. We need to talk about supports, about the support picks in general, how they've evolved over this tournament, and what we expect today.
All right, I prepared something awesome. So let's talk about the evolution of the support meta and how much Keria has been at the forefront of it, because this has been so cool to watch across the entire tournament. Keria being the first player to bring out the Renata against Team Liquid. Sorry, Kobe, there are going to be some LCS defeats in here.
We forced them out.
Ignar bringing out the Tahm Kench, and then Keria bringing out the Bard against C9. This Bard pick has actually become huge and has been something he has further iterated on in their more recent series. As you can see him kind of helping destroy C9 with it. Kellen bringing out the Lux, which is the Caitlyn Lux lane, and then Trippy bringing out Milio against Weibo Gaming, which is super important because then Chris on Weibo actually picked it up as that R5 counter pick that we talked about against the Renata. Then T1, Keria again, flexing Senna into the bot to subvert the Blitzcrank pick, and then bringing out...
One thing I would really say that Keria is probably one of the smartest, actually he's the smartest, not even probably, supports, because he does know when to flex, he does know very well the limits. So the reason why does he go for these picks that are sort of unexpected, like Kate, at the time he even picked Varus support of course, and Ashe, because he knows so well the limits of the bot lane that he knows that with Ashe you can take insane early advantages and also leverage your lead, right? So just because like his fundamentals are so good on bot lane, and he can get a bit experimental sometimes, he actually knows what to pick to win from Gem Select itself, which a lot of like supports wouldn't be confident to do so, because they are very stuck to their comfort, Milio, Trash, whatever is their comfort pick. But he's really good at also like breaking out of their comfort zone, because like supports are generally not picking auto spacing gems like Ashe, right? They're often picking gems like Milio and whatnot, right? Alistar and the champions that generally require a bit less auto spacing skill and less of a aggressive playstyle. I mean, of course, depends on the support, right? Depends on the support, but you rarely see ranged aggressive supports such as Ashe that has a lot of emphasis on the early game. And so compared, like, it's really about his confidence, right? Like compared to like 1,000 other supports, they lack the confidence, and I think that's why they're not getting smarter. That's why they're not like developing new picks and coming up with new ideas, just because they're not confident enough on anything and they don't want to try out anything new, and then they're just gonna get carried. They're gonna get carried and they're gonna lose just because they're not trying to develop some new thinking patterns to sort of get better at the game.
Circle, and we came all the way back. Now we have all these range supports to people picking Blitzcrank like Draven lanes and going for kill lanes again.
We want to see prepared for that though, because he's just gonna flex Senna support.
I think that Carrion might be the one doing it, with Chris playing so many of these range supports, but very excited to see it.
Oh, we're so happy, so excited about the drafts. I think there's such a big opportunity for both sides. And also, in terms of what T1 does with their drafts, in terms of when they get into the game, right, Emily? The level ones...
Why does it look like she's wearing a plastic bag? It reminds me of that plastic bag type of... it's like the trash plastic I seen, before. It reminds me of that one episode of... how is it called? Of a regular show where they're wearing plastic bags to go into a fashion show. If anybody remembers that episode.
Also get bot side pressure for the Neela and Senna, and I think at every single step you can see T1 being so thoughtful about how they want to set up the game, not only from draft but from level 1.
And it gives them the opportunity to try and punish the fact that oftentimes they do have these double AD carries. Incredibly impressive when you go for the level 1s, means you can set up a ton of vision, and it's given a ton of control to Owner as well, specifically, who, we saw him get the 1v1 kill against Tarzan off the back of these level 1s. You see him getting control here once again. There's so many opportunities for T1 are able to take these advantages and punish the rest of the game, especially when you look towards, hey, we now get the vision for the early...
I think Senna gets a bit nullified by Ashe, no? To some degree, I think to some degree Ashe is a counter. It's just like the only good thing about Senna, she is scaling better. But I don't know how, I don't know if she gets to scale first of all into a Ashe, because even if lane goes a bit more evenly after 6, Ashe does have lots of pressure due to her R. So I'm like, yeah, but at the same time, Senna, if she gets ulted, she might just be wiped because of her very low base defensive stats, right? So I'm like, it's not very favorable, especially after the Senna nerfs. Although I think the Senna nerfs are not really in the live Worlds version, I think, of the game, because pros need to be prepared. Apparently no one cares about the Worlds live, but it's not a big deal. I gotta check VPB a little bit as well to see if they change the percentage change, rework. So Azir pretty much didn't change much. Jarvan nerf, so Jarvan nerf is not in the Worlds. Nafiri gets nerfed for some random reason. Arena specific balance, That must be very happy.
I've been walking around Seoul and you just see people wearing T1 gear randomly. I can't stress enough again what this organization means to South Korean esports, and then also how much Faker means as not only the figurehead of this team, but League of Legends as a whole.
And I think for this roster in general as well, trying to get that win would mean so much. This is potentially the last time that we get to see this roster together. We've already seen T1 members talk about that. And for a team that has been so close so often, it feels like they just need that one title to push them into the contention of, was this one of the best teams we've ever seen across League of Legends history?
Honestly, yeah, I think they are right there, because already this exact T1 roster that we're going to see perform today has played the most international games together, because they've made so many international tournaments and got so deep in them. Yet they lost 5 finals in so far, so they're looking to break the streak just in time to get that cup. They've only won one in the last 7 years. Heartbreaking for T1.
It is. It's just so crazy to see, and it is because you want to call them that great team, one of the best teams we've seen in the last 2 years, but it's a hurdle, and I think that is the million-dollar question today. Will the from the regular version of this World Championship? You are inclined to say yes, but crazier things have happened in a World Finals, Dagda.
Yeah, we saw it last year with TRX, right? And you even hear T1 T1 talking about how they felt like they were overconfident and underprepared for what DRX was going to bring to the table. But you can see across the board there how many of these finals have just been absolute heartbreaks for them, and it's been T1 looking off in the shadows, hoping that maybe just finally they can get it.
Yeah, and I think the big thing for T1 again is you hear how cognizant their players are of how confident they did get against DRX, right? And then additionally, if we look at how the meta has evolved, it's been T1 who's been at the forefront of that.
It has been. We see this moment that broke our hearts last year because DRX was able to do it, and I think that is why we also have to check our biases going into today, because in a world final, it's all about how you play on this day. Weibo could very well step into those footsteps of DRX.
The similarities are eerie between these two teams. I thought this was an amazing tweet by Renato talking about how they both finished 4th in spring, then 6th in summer, and make air as the 4th seed for their team, and then also have the same opponent, the exact same team, and train together is just crazy here. It's like they're trying to recraft the same story. These writers are getting lazy.
And someone had their birthday, they had a cake, and they're channeling it.
And also, look, a lot of people are talking about T1, the meta starting to shift into their favor, but you look at when the Shy won his world championship, it was the Aatrox, it was the carry top laners that he could perform on, and we're getting to see that shift into it again today. Crisp as well, looking to move in towards, hey, I don't want to be the big engage tool, but I'll make insane plays on things that can play from afar, like the Thresh we got Renata now. It's things that can actually keep your AD carry safe. And I think this is where we also have to say, look, this is a moment where Weibo, it also, in the same vein, is moving across to favoring them in the same way it's favoring T1.
Yes, I mean, we are here in Korea, so we're looking through that lens, but we heard it from Teddy as well. The hope of the LPL is on Weibo's shoulders. We'll see how it turns out, and I would also like to see who our fans think are going to win today in Hoist to Summoners Cup in our MasterCard fan predictions. You can, of course, well, not anymore. This was your last chance, so thank you all for participating at MasterCard GG on X throughout the tournament.
Ooh.
Wait, T1 85.7%. At
I
least
thought
it's
that
not
would be
100.
higher.
I thought it would be higher
Yeah.
too.
Honestly, yeah. It's the most popular team in the world. I love underdogs though.
Yeah, me too, but of course, T1 reigning supreme on X. I also want to thank everyone for tuning in from around the globe. We're going to take a look in just a second at all the fans at the YouTube gaming parties. One of them is right here in Seoul. There's also one in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City, and it's just cool to see everyone turning up for what is such a historical moment for League of Legends.
I mean, this is absolutely insane. You can see the amount of people that have turned out here today. If you can't, obviously you can't see the stadium at the moment. But this
Is anyone in here?
speaks volumes.
There are viewers actually, okay.
Weibo is very popular in LPL, but also how popular T1 is here in the LCK. Everyone and their mother is trying to get a ticket to this event, and it is insane.
Yes, predictions then. I know it's the biggest one.
Where are you gonna
It's
start?
the last one. Where am I going? Well, I've seen hers already.
All right.
So Emily, you can go first.
Alright, then should I like hide? Because I've been trying to draw this out.
You want more
You don't
time?
know what the
Yeah, you can get
you
more
don't,
time.
you don't know what the score prediction is though.
No.
Okay. All right. So, we are in Korea.
Yes.
I've watched this T1 team come so close to taking it for 2 years now. I saw the first iteration of this roster in 2021 where they made it further than people expected at that Worlds. Zeus comes in 2022. Are they the best team? Worlds seem to be theirs. They lost to the DRX like miracle story. I know Caster Jun said this earlier, but he was saying the narrative of this story he thinks is somehow even better than Def's narrative, with Faker coming back from injury, leading this team. I'm going T1 3-0.
T1 3-0. I love it that it's a firm vote of confidence from Emily for T1. Who wants to go next?
I mean, I'm happy to go next. I think that it only takes one day to write history, and the opportunity is here today for both these squads. But I'm going to go 3-2 Weibo Gaming. I think when I look at Weibo, the talent and the possibilities that are on this squad is absolutely insane. The fact that you have the meta starting to shift up towards the Shy, where he has an opportunity to play his best. Crisp also having a renaissance now that we've had that meta shift in towards these ranged supports is working well for him. And look, I know that Xiaohu has had his struggles, but whenever the LPL has been up against the LCK and they've needed a team to do it, it has been Xiaohu at the forefront leading that squad to victory. He has always beaten the LCK to get his titles. He has never lost an international finals against the LCK. And this today is when he finally gets his world title.
He's convincing me.
I'm getting so hyped up, but you know why he never lost an international finals versus LCK? It's because Faker eliminated him already from the tournament.
He beat him
knockouts.
He won him Osiris.
Honestly,
Kobe's just gonna ignore that.
I love underdogs. I predicted a lot of underdogs
You did.
this tournament, and they have all paid me back. They have all won. But I just think after last year especially, and how much work T1 have put into overcoming this finals curse and working on their mental game, working on the extra pressures that come along with playing in a finals, I think that this is their time. They're going to complete the story with this roster and finally get that championship.
I'm happy that even though you predict the T1 win, you at least give us 4 games.
Yeah.
We have a very good desk in terms of the predictions for today. How can you not? We are a little bit away from the opening ceremony. We've got a little bit more time, and I'm actually glad because we had to race through a lot because of just how big this matchup is. So you can choose where we go next. What?
I mean, for me, it's draft, right? Because we're going to
Yeah.
be moving
Yeah.
in towards this eventually. But I think this is where it's going to become incredibly interesting. Because I think when you look towards red side, there's a couple of big bands that you have to try and go towards. The Kalista is a massive one. The Nico is a massive one. That Rumble is also the third one. So it feels like your red side is fairly locked in, at least for game 1-14.
Timo, did I hear it correctly?
Is what happens with Weibo coming into this, because I feel like if you end up banning something like the Orianna on blue side, which we don't get to see a huge amount of the time, you open up the opportunity for Xiaohu to take the Azir, and then you threaten Faker's champion. He's only played 3 picks, so we know Faker has literally got a million and one different things, right? But I think it is trying to put that pressure on to get that comfort for Xiaohu is going to be massive.
Yeah, you make the caveat, and you have to, but we know the context of Faker and his injury, unfortunately, was taking out, had to come back in, and maybe the champion pool isn't as wide as it once was. Of course, an Akali is something that he's had on his solo queue account as well, but it's all about what will be the best here. And will it even be the mission to attack that mid lane, you think, Kobe, in the draft?
I think that Faker is one of the best with dealing with pressure in mid lane. You know, if they do decide to attack it, and he has been playing, I feel like, better than he has in years after coming back from the injury. Honestly, the rehab that he did during the injury and taking some time away from League of Legends might have actually been a godsend for this team because it has put them on the warpath here to the finals.
And I love that we got those voice comms from the game that you also broke down, because maybe people think it's all about that split second, and it is, but it is also about everything else. It is about calling that play 3 minutes before it happens. Maybe I'm overreacting just a little bit. All the team being on the same page and everything that has to be perfect on a day like this.
And that's why it actually frustrates me when I hear people saying, oh, well, the reason T1 are doing good is because the meta shifted in their favor. You don't beat a team like JDG in team fights if it's just a meta shift.
Yeah.
These guys have played so incredibly well together. It felt like Owner and Faker had one single mind every single team fight that they went into because they were so in sync. It felt like they understood how to set up better, how to prepare the map.
Oh yeah, it's a very big thing when you're playing as a team, like getting sync, knowing what to do, having your lane assignments ready for everyone without even communicating. That's a very big thing and quite underrated for people. People quite underrated.
This is T1 stepping up massively while also hitting that meta shift. That is perfect for them.
And I also feel like if people are trying to use meta shift as like a detractor saying it was handed to them, they're the ones shifting the meta.
Yeah.
They're the ones getting out there with Keria and Guma and playing all this stuff. And with Zeus, so many DPS top laners here. So I feel like they have done the work to move it into their own favor. They're the ones creating their own meta.
Yeah, and if you look at both of these teams, I think it's the thoughtfulness from T1 that actually, like, obviously I'm going T1 3-0 as a vote of confidence in terms of which of these teams I think is going to look better on the day. But in terms of the way they see the game, the fact that they took the meta themselves and changed it, and I think we've seen inklings of that from Weibo iterating on it, but in Weibo's games, and again, this is why it would be so cool if what you want to happen happens, right?
Yeah.
Because that is an amazing story in and of itself. Like this team, this Weibo team coming together, finally all finding it on the same day. Because the thing I think I've been the most critical of Weibo about for the individual players is that it seems like all 5 individuals have not had a brilliant day together, right? Like one of them is great, and then another one looks like they have the flu. And and if they can all do it together as five, then that changes completely what the series is gonna look like.
And I mean, Xiaohu said that he would burn himself for these finals. He has been one of the players that has been getting the most flame.
Yeah.
How crazy would it be for Weibo to actually come out with a huge upset here over T1 with him playing exceptionally, with Crisp, who's been memed on for hook champions, to then start countering some of these range ones and pick and blitz and go for kill lanes. Like, that would be the craziest type of scenario. This is the team to pull out something like that.
And that's the thing, like Xiaohu was the guy who got them here. This was the guy who stepped up massively for them summer. When it wasn't even like, I don't even feel like it's a day, it's individual games where people can just completely go back and forth. But Xiaohu has been the rock for this team, and I feel like that title has kind of shifted to Weiwei in a certain extent at this stage, where he's now become the stalwart player to be, hey, I will make sure that I'm getting bot lane into a position where they can carry, where I can set up then for the Shy and top side as well. And I think this is where the moment has to come back to, can Xiaohu do it? This is the guy that time and time again has stepped up for the LPL. He has been the person that's able to get the MSI titles, and it feels like nearly the pressure of trying to get that first Worlds has kind of gotten to him, but now he's surpassed where he was before. Highest ever win was that semi-finals before. This is now where if you can just have that one day to perform, bring back that magic from summer, that's where we could see Weibo really go up against T1 here today.
Yeah, we know how brutal the fans have been to him specifically. We've seen snippets of it, and just
Teddy.
the pressure. Teddy just now. The pressure all of these players are under, and maybe Keria as well, right? We talk so much about how he's been at the forefront of this meta, how he can't ban him out, and he might have the R5 actually from game one because Weibo selected to go on the blue side, and the emotional investment of how heartbreaking, how gut-wrenching it was for him to lose last year.
That is, it's 100%, like he has been so incredible for T1, but I think what's been even more impressive is like against JDG, everyone expected them to go, oh, we'll go War 5 support. He just picked his first one on like Or3 and was like, I don't care, I'm just gonna smash you. And he looked absolutely insane. The bar has been instrumental. The double AD carry bot lane has been absolutely nuts. And the fact that he's been able to completely reshape what it is considered to be a top support in this meta at Worlds is absurd when you look at how good he is.
And to piggyback on something you said earlier, it's not just the bot lane 2v2s, right? Like obviously we've talked about the support picks, we've talked about how Keria and Kumayushi have been able to kind of affect the meta at this tournament, but it's also in terms of Keria's like in-game prowess, it's in these team fights, and that was instrumental in beating JDG because like you said, it came down to the fact that not only did they have really impressive early games, but when they did fall behind in games, this kind of thoughtfulness around the team fights, the fact that they were able to 5v5 their way back was so important to this team's evolution.
And I think that's been the glow up of T1 over the course of this event. I think that's why T1 has been on the forefront of what everyone expects to be. Now look, I'm still going to go with Weibo, but I think T1 have definitely made a name for themselves coming into this going, hey, we have gotten past what have been every single hurdle thus far, and I think this would be the moment where it would be absolutely incredible for them to finally take that title home. And for Weibo as well, like it has been the moment for them to try and finally find that magic, that everyone, that ceiling that everyone
Light
wants
them
to
out.
see, because we just haven't got the torchlight, the spotlight to get to that point yet.
Everybody thought the Riders outdid themselves last year with the story of Deft versus Faker and the finals and the narrative. But now, with Faker coming back 10 years into his career, looking for another World Cup, and looking back at how last year really did that much to strengthen this story. Sometimes when you see that picture of Keria on stage last year and how much it meant to them and that defeat and how they were so close, sometimes a moment like that will galvanize a whole team and just bring them closer together and more determined here. That's why.
And now in Korea as well.
And they're on home soil in Korea. It's like, oh my goodness, the story is too perfect to be true.
It is. We thought maybe last year was when the Riders outdone themselves and it was too perfect, but they knew already. We're going to be in Korea next week. We're going to try to make it work, and we can see it all around us. It has been full for a while now, and everyone is so excited for this day. That's going to be historical for our sport, and you said it already, it has been 3,695 days since Faker first stepped onto a World's final stage and won his first title. 10 years, 1 month, and 12 days later, he has a chance to not only win his 4th World Championship, but to do it in front of tens of thousands of unwavering LCK fans. Now, on their way here, T1 have dismantled all hopes and dreams of the LPL, all of them, but one. Weibo Gaming is still standing. They were doubted at every turn, but now Xiaohu could finally do it. The Shy and Crisp could win their second world championship, and this team could follow in the underdog footsteps of none.
Oh, the excitement! I can feel it in the air.
Weibo stun the
Oh, the excitement!
and bring the LPL another title. Or can T1 finally overcome the demons that have plagued them in every final, and can Faker lift the Summoners Cup for a fourth time, 7 years after he last did? No matter your story, no matter your achievements, all tournaments, today is the only day that matters now. It's time for the opening ceremony presented by MasterCard.
Oh, 15. Oh, 14. Oh, 13. Rito Games. It is also sponsored by MasterCard. Or Maestro Card. Hey yo, Keria is sleeping. Wait, is that Keria though, or... I don't know, all of them look so similar, I don't know. Is this Keria? I don't know. Control A, delete what? Oh god. How he sees himself in the future. Ming out you. Oh no. Okay, should be fine. Why does he sound like a black guy but he's white? All the time I thought he's a black guy. Wait, the crowd got executed.
Oh, they big man, I'm the big boss. Talking big game, take a big loss. Going up, I was a problem that they didn't solve. I'm the piece that wouldn't fit inside the jigsaw. I got a lot of punchlines in the quick jab. I got it straight through, I don't got a zigzag. I got a heavy heart, it's a lift. From the cradle to the grave, the change make it big down. Wanna kiss me long good night with a rose.
But he's black and I thought he's white. What? And I thought he's white. I didn't know he's black. What? Wow, I thought the white guy is black and the black guy is white. Every time. Hey, let's go, it's Rise. Good. It sounds to be better a bit right now. Let's go. Just a second, guys. Wait, nobody joined, man, what? Honestly, I'm not sure if that was an intentional fall. Yeah, Leona came out of the air. I guess the other time meant to be a Leona player, what? Thought he meant to be a trash player. Yeah.
e스포츠의 종주국이랄 수 있는 대한민국에서 전 세계 최고의 팀들이 모여 바로 이 수원사컵에 자신들의 이름을 새기고 역사의 한 획을 긋기 위해서 무려 6주간 치열한 대결을 펼쳤습니다. 상파울로에서 LA, 베를린에서 상하이까지 전 세계
22개 팀들이 멋진 대결을 펼쳤고 이제 단 두 팀만이 남았습니다. 웨이버 게이밍 그리고 T1 이 두 팀들은 자신의 가치를 증명했고 하지만 월드 챔피언의 자리는 단 하나. 오늘 그 자리를 가리는 대결을 시작합니다. 선수를 소개합니다. 큰 박수로 맞아주시기 바랍니다. 먼저 웨이버 게이밍의 탑라이너 슈퍼캐리의 대명사 그리고 이에 맞서는 T1의 탑라이너 국대타 T1의 아시안게임 금메달리스트 더샤이 제우스 웨이버 게이밍의 정글러 날카로운 갱킹의 대가 그에 맞서는 선수는 이번 월드 정말 미쳤다. 자 바로 웨이웨이와 또납니다. 웨이버 게이밍의 바텀 라이너 압도적 화력을 뽐내는 그저 빛 이에 맞서는 선수는 월즈가 체질 전원보다 더 가위 제차인 T1의 하이케인 바로 라이트와 고마규신 자 이제 서포터를 소개합니다. 월드 챔피언의 기억을 2019 월드 우승 서포터 그리고 이에 맞서는 선수는 정말 수완사건이 간절합니다. 갓지 그 자체가 되고 싶은 역전괴 바로 크리스피와 캐리입니다.
Erről a vizsgálatok, amiket mindenképpen kell végezni a kvalifikációknak. Ugye általában nagyon boldogak vagyunk, hogy egy
Wait, they have something in their ears though, what?
우승 기록을 세운 전설의 웨이버 게이밍의 미드라이너 그의 상대는 모든 길은 나를 통해서야만 갈 수 있다. 리빙 레전드 언킬러블 대원킹 샤오후 페이커입니다.
Xiaohu and Faker.
자, 이제 이 10명의 선수들은 최후의 결정만을 남겨두고 있습니다. 그리고 소환사 퍼까지는 이제 단 한 걸음만 남았을 뿐입니다. 그래서 파이널 비긴 2019 LOL 월드 챔피언십 웨이버 게이밍대 대만의 결승전을 함께해주시는 많은 분들의 지금 바로 함성과 함께
Yo, when is it gonna start though?
가을의 끝이
Do we just get some gameplay as well? The boner.
용인에게 위해 1000년 동안 기다려온 뱀과 용 사이의 동물을 이무기가 부릅니다. 오랜 수련 후 열주를 얻어야만 비로소 승천한다고 하죠. 어떻게 보면 선수들의 여정을 말하는 것 같습니다.
저는 어렸을 때부터 게임 워낙 좋아했어서 되게 많은 게임들을 했었는데 외국 라운드가 이제 한국에 출시된다고 그때부터 시작했던 것 같습니다. 그리고 레전드에서 같이 해봤던 것 같아요.
선수로 처음 데뷔를 하게 되었을 때 되게 설렜고 기다려왔던 기회가 와가지고 살면서 좀 가장 기뻤던 순간이었던 것 같습니다.
저 스카우트 A가 들어왔어요. IJ 갔는데 로키 선수가 있었어요. 근데 제가 좋아하는 선수였어요. 근데 같은 팀을 할 수 있는 기회가 있어서 한번 해보자, 재밌겠다라는 생각으로 한 것 같습니다.
동원이 보여주실自己本身就跟其他队伍的选手比起来，可能那个时候自己是没有进步的。
정말 이 경기 끝났을 때 헤이즈 벗은 순간부터는 뭔가 온몸이 통제가 안 되더라고요. 이제 이런 좋은 기회도 놓친 내가 다음에 이런 기회를 또 잡고 우승을 할 수 있을까라는 생각이 많이 들었던 것 같아서 그게 많이 분하고 힘들었던 것 같습니다.
你那场比赛事后的感受，更多还是自己哪方面没有做好，可能这个时候会想着下场没有做，但下场还是会有做不好的时候。这个时间点可能就会质疑自己。
아무리 힘들어도 그들은 포기하지 않았습니다. 꿈이 있기 때문이죠.
승리의 기간. 처음 롤을 시작했을 땐 미래에 대해 생각하기엔 너무 어렸던 것 같습니다.
그들의 오랜 노력에 끝자락이 보입니다. T1 대 웨이브.
凛冬将至，是时候捧起全球总决赛奖杯了。
첫 번째 우승은 승리가 어떤 의미인지 제대로 이해할 만큼 성숙하지 못했던 것 같습니다. 두 번째 우승은 단 하나도 놓치지 않고 즐기겠습니다. 세 번째 우승은 저 자신을 위한 거였습니다. 네 번째 우승은 우리 팀을 위한 것입니다.
What is this? What the hell is this moderator thing though? Yeah, apparently VBG hates front. I mean T1 hates front to back champs such as Nico and Oriana, right? I guess Oriana has some engaging ability, but yeah, apparently they hate front to back. But apparently VBG hates engagers. They actually hate engagers. It's actually quite opposite, right? One team hates front to back comps, the other team hates diving comps, right? Have you guys noticed the pattern of the bans? Oh no, it's not gonna end up well. They got already like Zeus and Owner with Renata. Yikes, that's all I'm gonna say. They're matching with Draven. Respect, but if Draven doesn't go Sam, I think he will be useless. Like genuinely, I'm genuine when I say that. No, they don't match with Draven. I say match with Draven because so like Renata and the Kalista doesn't become so overwhelming. So apparently they kinda prefer this front to back comp with some poke. We'll see. I mean, we'll see. Their bot might be double poke. I guess we'll see. Faker on Yone. I think maybe it will be top lane. We'll see, we'll see. I mean, it's a good counter for Aatrox, right? It's very annoying. People that ban playing the matchup, they know it. And it becomes progressively worse, not better. Due to Yone's like Kraken being so OP on Yone, and the other items that he generally gets, like Hullbreaker, are very strong into Aatrox. And so on. So, yeah, it's not a fun time for Aatrox to face a Yone. Apparently, they really wanna sort of maximize out the laning phase. Based on the T1's draft, right? They are very confident, the bot laners. That's why they picked, of course, Kalista and Renata. They know that they won't do mistakes. They don't do too many mistakes actually, overall. So that's why they have this type of draft on bot lane. So preferably you should be like very good as well. They know at what you're doing when you play Kalista and Renata, right? Good amount of experience is definitely required. I'm curious of the mid lane pick. So what's open? Syndra is open. That's an okay pick into the enemy team. Syndra pick is also Ahri's fine. I mean, kinda good at getting picks, I guess, and escaping their engages. It has a bit more safety than Syndra. I think that's fine. I think that's respectable. LeBlanc was also open, but generally LeBlanc doesn't cease to have too much gameplay, although she got buffed. Doesn't look to be too bad actually. So far into the enemy comp, I'm not. Tahm Senna. I'm gonna say it's weird. That's all I'm gonna say. Definitely, I mean, Senna has a bit more range than Zeus. I mean, Kalista. But I don't know. I think it's just weird. Aren't they full AD, by the way? Hey, wait a second. Aren't they full AD now? What? They have Maokai that will go full tank, maybe a Demonic Embrace, Tahm Kench does some AP damage, but generally they go full tank Tahm Kench with Senna. So they're very low on AP damage, which is a bit bad. Although they seemingly maximize out early game actually. Early games, level 6 skirmishes, stuff like that, right? Apparently they really like to maximize out the early game. I think we're gonna see a fun game then. Look at their picks, very fun champs. Yone, Kalista, Faker on Ahri, Owner on, of course, Lee Sin. I think very fun. Gems. If they can maximize out there early, T1, I think they can win. They have to play very well though. Yeah, it definitely can be annoying. But Lee Sin got a W into like the Maokai, I guess. He can like W away, like when he W's away he gets a shield on an ally champion, then he kinda like dodges the shockwave from Jace, but I guess Renata can also like sort of soak a Maokai, but not necessarily the EQ from Jace, right? So yes, they do have some annoying pokes, but it's really all about like maximizing out the early game. But sure, like they can be a bit concerning, their pokes can be a bit concerning, but my only problem is they're borderline full AD, because they have 2 tanks that generally won't do insane amount of AP damage, so it may be a bit of a problem after a certain period of time. Oh, these League of Legends textures, man. I don't know how to feel about this. I mean, it's fasting Senna, but like I don't know how likely can Tahm last it without getting like stomped by Renata and Kalista. So I'm like a bit inconfident about like Tahm Kench goes for the build where obviously wants a CS, right? Because he got D-Shield and Senna got the support item, right? So in long term it might not be the best for Senna to CS, but it's so hard for Tahm Kench to CS. So I'm not sure, like I don't know how to feel about this Senna Tahm Kench combo, in my opinion. It's definitely not that awful, but don't know. I just gonna say don't know how to feel about into Renata and of course Kalista. Maokai also goes for poke build, huh? But they have some ways to play around the Maokai pokes, that is. It's already good trades on Faker's side. I mean, he definitely has Electrocute and Jace's Phase Rush, so a bit more damage out of runes, right? So they're already like pressuring level 1, we'll see, let's see what happens. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, really well played on Kalista's part, on Keria's part to go for this level 1 zoning, mid also wins trades. Right, that's like super good. He's pushing for level 2. Yeah, they have a super early game oriented comp, so obviously they will win early. Even Yon can definitely win early. It's just after like some levels, like level 4-5, it becomes more challenging, the Aatrox matchup. But after Berserker boots, it's again easy. So it's kind of like it's easy, then it's a bit harder, but then it gets to be easy once you get Berserker boots. Does that make sense? It's kind of like bouncing in between difficulties, the matchup actually. But again, it's also skill dependent on how likely can Aatrox dodge an XY ability to sort of outplay. So Owner, well played on his side. He's invading the Maokai. The reason behind that is simple, he beats Maokai. Good sidestep. So they do invade because they have a good degree of priority. They're actually just zoning. Does it start it? Maokai can eat, so it's a bit awkward, right? Stealing small ones in here. Does have Phase Rush from Maokai. No rotations yet. Rotation from Zeus. Huh? Rotations from Zeus. Steals Wolves only. Looking. Oh, well played on Lee Sin's part. Very good camera movement. He doesn't take it. It's not lethal. I guess nice punishment, I guess. Maybe Yari could then swing in a basic attack, but I guess he recasts anyways on Jace, so it's like whatever, right? It doesn't look to be bad. I mean, I think they didn't want to flip a smite on the blue, but I don't know, like Yon had prio. I don't know why didn't they just... oh yeah, because I guess he decided to dive mid, but then Jace reacted super well to the Can we get out here? No, I don't think so. Oh, he didn't have flash and didn't respect the Maokai coming back. Because Maokai had flash, yeah, it's a bit bad. Maokai had flash, they're well played. On Weiwei's part, that was definitely well played because he abused the fact that, he just flashed mid lane and Ahri had no flash, so obviously it should be free heal. Definitely well played on Maokai's part. He played super well around the invade as well, of course, at most. Even though he had no top prio. He also played super well around the flash charm from Ahri. Super well, he reacted super well, so... It's not like Faker's positioning was that awful, maybe he could lean way more downwards. Then it's less likely he would get ganked, right? I think that was the issue. He could lean a bit more downwards, so he's not quite in flash range, right? I think he recast for Berserk, so he went for a heavier trade before he recast, because he gonna be anyways and get the Berserks that just dumps Aatrox. This scale is not the end of the ward. Definitely it's a bit bad, because ideally when you have an early game focus comp like they have, definitely they have some scalers, but it's a bit more ideal if they get first blood, so they played really well against their early game oriented comp, right? Overall. Now does Zeus find a kill here? I don't think so, right? I don't really think so, right? He does invade again owner, but what does he really accomplish? He gets some minion. He gets a minion and not much, right? Not much. Mit kell berakni? Nem hallak, mit mondasz?
Az ellenfélben, de még mindig ott a lehetőség. Styles. Jó lesz ez még. Jön a beadás.
Mit kell behozni?
Naumov megfogja. Megpattant a labda. De minden egyes labdáért elindulunk, úgyhogy a bolgárok zavartalanul...
De nem kell ahhoz karok, persze lehet az úgy is egy napban fogunk közben.
És egyelőre ez nagyon jó hír. A rendező Németország mellett 8 ország jutott már ki az Európa-bajnokságra. A mai napon kijutatnak a mieink, majd este akár a szlovákok is. És akkor egy tét nélküli mérkőzést játszhatnak Montenegro ellen vasárnap délután 3 órától. Magyar bedobás. Kerkez jöhet. A bolgár válogatott egyébként ugye nem most került hullámvölgybe, Európa-bajnokságon 2004-ben volt legutóbb, és a legutóbbi 5 selejtező sorozatban, legyen az EB vagy VB, egyaránt a csoport 4. helyén végzett. 2012-ben az EB selejtező pedig egyenesen 5. lett. Ugye most is elképzelhető még mindez, hogy még szégyenszerűen a litvánok is megelőzik a bolgárokat. Kerkez fejéről került ki a labda az oldalvonalon túlra. És amennyire mi a bal, annyira a bolgárok inkább a jobb oldalon próbálkoznak, ami azért meglepő, mert ugye talán a legmagasabbra tagsált bolgári játékos, még mindig az a Negyelkov, aki most ér labdához. Aki a Ludogorets színeiben azért nagyon sok nemzetközi kupameccset játszott, többek között a Ferencváros ellen is, mint több jól emlékszem, hogy egy nagy gólt is lőtt. Ádám támadja meg az ellenfelet, Naumov kapusé a labda. Eltelt negyed óra, Negyelkovra pedig érkezik Négó. Botka. Szoboszlai. Telev jött hátra, Szoboszlai. És megint Naumovhoz vissza. Nem mondom, hogy nehezen hozható zavarba a bolgár válogatott, és a mieink igyekeznek is ütni a vasat, amíg meleg. 5. alkalommal juthatnánk ugye ki Európa-bajnokságra, Zsinorban harmadszor. 2016 és a 2020-as EB-re, amit ugye 21-ben rendeztek, hátra Naumovhoz. Előtte 64-ben és 72-ben voltunk Európa-bajnokságon. És a 4 kijutásunkból 3-szor hazai pályán sikerült ez, egyedül 1972-ben a románok elleni 3. mérkőzést nyertük meg Belgrádban 2-1-re. Nagy Ádám, könnyelmű volt picit, Dinusz érkezik. És ez még egy nagyszerű indítás is, mert Kerkez ezt el fogja érni, segít Csobot. Meg is kapja a labdát Csobot, 16-osnál, vissza Kerkezhez. Kerkez, most a beadás. Négó lekészíti lövésre, Szoboszlai bele a blokkba, túl közel volt Delev, ez pedig egy magas labda, nem érhette el ezt a bolgárok 21-ese, Mincsev. Ő van legelől, és még Gospodov is mögötte, valamint Krastev, Csocsev. Az ő nevüket gyakorlatilag nem is mondtam, mert nem volt náluk a labda. Egyébként meg az ember csak úgy magában nem mondja azt, hogy Csocsev mindenfajta indok nélkül. Stice. Szalai. Lang. Ő is túl van a 60. válogatottságán. Stice, Lang, Botka. Lang. Előre küldi. Négo és Ádám irányába. Szoboszlai próbálja megelőzni ellenfelét. Ez pedig talán Ádám Martinnak jó, nem? Neki sem. Végül is megoldotta ezt a bolgárok legtöbbet játékban lévő játékos, a Petkov. Delev csúsztat, vagy csúsztatna, de már kinn a labda. Botka. Lang. Szalai. Teljesen másképp kezdi ezt a mérkőzést a magyar válogatott, mint tette azt Kaunasban az első, mondjuk így meccslabda alkalmával.
I guess my bad, had to move out for a lemon tree and we had to bring it inside of the house. Oh, someone is in the Wars watch party, hello there. How many people joined? Hello, Clarus.
Sarokkal tovább, tovább menni. Naumov. Ketten is rárontunk. Ki tudta még passzolni a labdát Antovnak. De meg a miénk. Csobot. Szoboszlai. Nincsen. Szond. Volt egy kis lökés is. Két szabadulgást lett majd Bulgária javára. Nincsen. Harcolta ki. Megint Kucseva. Már a Práhától igazolt a török Rizeszkorhoz. És ott
Yo, so what happened so far? I went outside to get the lemon tree in.
Körbe jár megint a labda, de egyszerűen és nagyszerűen túlmondunk most.
What happened? Vicines, Gordrinker, they took a Drake, they took a Herald, so they're doing well. They kinda gave the first blood away. Bit of a mispositioning from Faker. But it should be fine though. Nem kell most nem. Vagy na, de jó ez?
Jó, ketté kell vágni, meg kell, amikor van.
Jó, akkor.
Egyelőre két kapura veszélyesen játszunk. Les.
Anya vágja neked ketté.
Elkezd.
Idejével finom, egy kis cukorra.
Kászte 20-assal.
Belemárt a cukorba, né?
Nem kellett így.
Lime.
Na lássuk milyen.
Anyádán gondolva, hogy elpasszolni. Szalai Attila kiszorítsa a bolgártámadót.
Nagyon savanyú?
De nem annyira.
Despodovat, aki egy ügyes sarkalás
Wow.
próbálkozott.
Didn't expect the Senna ult, did they? Ooh, it's bad. Maybe it's a mechanical issue, we'll see the replay.
Bolgár csapatnak nagyon sokszor vezető helyzetből vagy a...
Wait! Mauka has demonic embrace, I missed out on some things, I guess.
Csúszott ki a kezükből egy pontocska. Tehát a legutóbbi hazai mérkőzés, ugye a litvánok elleni 0-2 az nagyon betette a kaput. Bolgár bedobás. Popov. Neveikov. Megjön Négo. Neveikov emel, Delev. Motkáról ment ki a labda.
Vágám!
Bolgár bedobás.
Még egy tudom a kézzelmondás.
Így rossz passzal azért.
Ez már régen a mondás,
a bolgár csapatot. Ennyi kell, hogy van némi esély a szerzése Antov.
Ez a régi tudom, hogy már megakadod egy lemutatás.
Ó. Ó.
Hoztam még egy leesett a tízes, de ha még leesett itt, akkor a kettő vártam, mondtam egyet.
Good, well played.
Igen.
No, really good roam angle because they even like rotated Kalista on mid on the safer side. Oh, he gets poked a bit hard by Jace, right? Also the good thing is they rotated Ahri, so she's a bit less vulnerable, I assume, to dives. I think she has ult, she has flash, right? So, oh, might be a good fight though. No, I gonna give it to you guys. Like Maokai played super well. It's one of those like very good actually Maokai players you rarely see. Plays really well around Lee Sin. To some extent we could say Maokai does counter. To some extent Lee Sin. I think it's a kill. No, it's oh no, the kill actually dropped. It wasn't damaged so recently, so yeah. Maokai is exceptional. He played so well around Lee Sin suppressive early game. It's unreal. Maokai is a really good player. He's very good at playing around being invaded, he's very good at playing around Lee Sin. Now watching here, they did catch him, but I think he queued in a bit early, he W's back, he kicks, but then he I think he will... Oh, he queued too early only. And his Q got cancelled, that's a bit sad. Yeah, he queued too early. Really good Q on Maokai though. Maybe you shouldn't insta-tap that Q, I guess. Then maybe it would be more of a game of guessing than... Yeah, I guess maybe if you had like a slight patience, but it's really just a game of guessing when Maokai will Q, right? I mean, they're still okay and they still can win this. But it's not really good to like lose kills early on. Oh! Ooh, spicy. That's an ult. That's good. That's great actually. I mean, the thing is like Aatrox gonna get outscaled anyways. Even though he has some kill leads, he's a bit behind with CS, right? And maybe plates, so... I'm not really rooting for T1, but VBG actually plays quite well. They're really good at playing around counter picks, as you guys can see, right? Even Aatrox wasn't like that bad at playing around the own, right? So they really know how to play counter matchups as a whole idea. White stuff already on Ahri. I guess he wants to deal damage into the front line, such as Tahm-Kench and I guess Maokai. It's interesting, I guess. Ooh, good blind snipe though. Really good blind snipe from Jace. Now, what do we accomplish in here? Decent poke, but that's it, right? They're poking. Ooh, really good at controlling vision. Ooh. Oh, that was illegal. Yeah, sadly missed Q. Maybe he could ban ulti initiate and thank you, but yeah. Bit unlucky. Oh, that's unlucky. He's really good at playing around the charm. Really good, he's too good. Oh, Zeus? Oh, Senna is getting crisped. Oh. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's why I was a bit concerned about the Senna pick, but... Some comeback kills here and there. Yep. Oh, they played well. Some misplays. I think T1 overall played well, but they had some misplays. kind of bad. Like it's very optimal if they win early, but it's not really like game losing, and that's right. Oh yeah, he just phase rushed it out. Yeah, swap late. It's really like an up and down, right? Like Jace didn't really die because Ari got knocked up, but then Senna died, right? Because there was no rotation. Hullbreaker already on Yon. I said it so early. I said it so early. Hullbreaker is good on Yon. So perfect on Yon. Ooh. Okay. No, it was a good ult. He just should be lean in a bit more now. Oh, but Jace is really good at playing around ganks. He's like super good. Sadly he missed there the ult, but he does. Who is a bit hot? Guma? Are you cut, Guma? Is he fine? Ooh. Ooh, well played. Ooh, well played on Zeus. Ooh, well played on Zeus part. Wait, Tahm Kench just kinda killed himself. He kinda killed himself, the Tahm Kench, with that W. He'll be fine now. Yeah, well played. Well, but the early game was a bit unlucky. Was a bit unlucky, but it's fine. It's fine though, like.
Amivel ugye együtt tálaljuk majd a lehet, és itt felénk ugye állandó, még külön szoktuk tenni, aki esetleg halat akar lenni, valaki legtöbbet csak először a legeste színek.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was like kinda late. The Maokai ult didn't connect. I think it was his W only. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's well played. It's well played from Renata. It's well played from Mayushi. It just yeah, it's well played. I mean, yeah. Yep. I don't know what was the Tahm Kench W at the end though. Oh, but this is exciting. For the first time I'm gonna say, it's kinda exciting to watch pro play, because it's not so stale as before when I remember. It's kinda exciting actually.
István mondja nektek titkokat, ezért én kifigyeltem, meg hallottam is, hogy az igazi bajai halászlevet nem kevergetik, nem is nyúlnak bele, csak egyszerűen mozgatják a bográcsot. A másik titok, hogyha igazi bajaiként akarjuk enni ezt a halászlevet, akkor
I don't know why do they give Kalista all the time to go Mayushi. Oh, Spy. Oh, he missed. But never frost connected. But I guess like Tahm Kench ulted, Aatrox ulted, so that's something. That's wait, Tahm Kench didn't ult? Oh no, it's just Aatrox. Oh, my bad. No, but the mid also got to tower.
Már is befejezem, de azért hagyok helyet majd a második fogásnak, mert szerintem azért bőven kell, hogy férjen még a hasonlóan.
Milyen lesz a portál? Ez a top, de
Ebből játszom, és többet tette belőle, nekünk keretben, hogy nem kézzelazom.
Hát van neked egy jó zasló, meg minden.
Jó, de keretben jött el ide.
Nektek, hogy így a halászling után még azért ezt is bevágni, azért nem
Legyen
lesz
a
egyszerű dolgom.
Legyen a másik.
Hát a boliba voltad este.
Pahti gondolom, hát?
Igen. Gyere, ülj le.
Hát teszik ki nekem vagyok. De hozza nekem pár Coca-Colámat.
Nem a Coca-Cola, de lényeg.
Utáltája, és még rám vár, de el kell mondjam nektek, hogy...
Ülj le, hát előbb az riskáltál szintén.
Nem, én már lettem keretben.
No, but they have played extremely well. Whichever the game is played, I think they played really well. Overall, they played really well. Yeah, I mean, but super well with their early game comp.
Ez így összhangban valami isteni. Ugye mindig fel szoktam tenni magamnak a kérdést,
No.
emlékeztek rá, hogy megemlém-e még egyszer, és azt kell, hogy mondjam, hogy
Nata goes a bit tank on her build, that's really good actually, right? She needs those extra stats because she needs to tank a little bit for her team.
minden vasárnap lehetne az asztalra tenni. Hát köszönöm szépen, hogy velem tartottatok.
Renata healed on Renata, already really smart, right? From her part. Yeah. I mean, the goal of T1 is very easy, just play for Drake, don't think before Drake's, right, ideally.
Ronda vagy, hogy ránéznek és elfutnak, nem mit kell ugatnál.
A Volt Market. A műsor támogatója az Okos Grill. A műsor támogatója a Milestone. A műsor támogatta a Dr. Várvetű szószok és fűszerek.
Egészségmegőrző és gyógyító tanácsokkal jön több mint testől.
How does this look like so far? Doesn't look like a bad game. I really like how T1 is playing. I felt like this is gonna be an exciting game based on their picks, you know.
Én nem kell, gyere, én nem kell minden a vigyáz.
Ma már nem kell elviselned, amit nem szeretsz. Ha nem tetszik egy film, egy zene, skippeld. Nem kell elviselned a hideggombát sem. Szüntesd meg a tüneteket. A külső viszketés enyhítésére használj krémet, a belső fertőzés kezelésére hüvelykapszulát, és a hideggombának annyi. Kanesztány Uno. A célzott kezelés. A kockázatokról és a mellékhatásoktól olvasd el a betegfejlődést.
Aatrox struggles right now. His build is also like a bit more teamfight oriented, right? He has the Steraxo or Sojin or Black Cleaver, so he can't even remotely match the Zeus with his own pick. So you see, like as I said, Aatrox doesn't deal damage. Yon presses W, Aatrox doesn't deal damage, and it's very awkward, right? I think he got EQ'd even by Jace. Did Jace's EQ hit? I'm not sure, but yeah, you guys saw the damage. You guys saw the damage with. Ooh, that hurts a bit. That hurts a bit. Now Bill Kalista go rounds, Hurricane, we'll see, we'll see. He got a bunch of melee champs, so probably it wouldn't feel to be bad, I mean... Let's see. Dodge the Q, well played. So yeah, so like Zeus is perma pressuring both sides as he can, right? Interesting usage of abilities. It doesn't... If his GA is not popped, it's fine. Oh, that Senna ult was a bit in though. Because like, Lee Sin has no cooldowns at this point, so he has the W obviously. Obviously he will have the W, right? T1 Kyria. He's looking for something. As much as Yon Kenny pressures the side wave, but he's also getting a Drake to soul. This is actually kinda big because it's very hard for the backline to play around them. No, so it's very annoying for Aatrox and some of the champs they have, because they Like Maokai relies a lot on peeling his teammates to like win a team fight, and it's very hard into this speed Drake, while also notably they have a lot of skill shots where this Drake helps to dodge them. Like Aatrox gets really annoyed when they have this Drake. Even if they don't ult, they get like a flat 20% movement speed, which is kinda insane. So Yone can like insanely rotate, and also like they can't really like play easily into like so much speed due to them having so many skill shots. It's not here, right? So what's gonna happen? It's very hard for Aatrox to be functional into this soul. Then I assume to some degree to Maokai as well, because when Maokai ults in, you ult as any champion with Cloud Soul. It's very easy to walk out of his ult, right? So and also his like peel is not potent anymore into this soul, so speed is actually kinda king into them, right? It actually feels to be really good, even though people like to underappreciate the speed soul. The or is it Wind Drake? Is it Cloud Drake or is it Wind Drake? I think it's Wind, right? Wind Soul. People love to underappreciate it, but mobility is king in here because they don't really get to play into them anymore. There's too much mobility for them to deal with due to them having like unbearable amount of skill shots. Tahm Kench can't connect the W, Tahm Kench can't connect the Q, Aatrox can't connect his abilities properly, and basically just like unplayable. Like thing is like Senna can't, Jace can't kite anymore into this soul due to they already have mobility into their kits like Jace and not Jace, I mean Ahri and Yone, and so what's gonna happen is quite simple. They just can't kite anymore. They can't play anymore. They can't kite anymore. They can't hit abilities. So that's true.
A tökéletes hónap ünnep létezik. Mindegyik gyönyörű és egyszerű. Válts DAV Advanced izzadásgátlóra a valaha volt legjobb DAV ápolásért. Most még hatékonyabb izzadásgátló védelemmel. Egészséges csontokat szeretnél? Itt a Calcitrium Naturel, a csontok multivitaminja számos természetes összetevővel. Izlandi vörösalgából származó kalciumot, valamint gránátalma és szőlőmagkivonatot tartalmaz.
Valami játék idő?
A csontok számára
igen.
vitaminokat és nyomelemeket. A Calcitrium Naturel napi adagja annyi magnéziumot tartalmaz, mint 30 mandula, annyi C-vitamint, mint 1 kg mely, és több cinket, mint 1 kg banán. Töltse fel csontjai tápanyagokkal, hogy azok egészségesek legyenek, így sokáig élvezhesse a mozgásörömét. Calcitrium Naturel, természetes kalciummal az egészséges csontokért.
Oh, it's itching. These nipples are itching my mouth so badly.
Életmódi, Manivelő, itt a TV2. Támogatói a Topmobilház, a Toyota 99 ZRT, a Holland Pázsi és a Cságó és Vinádi. Média partnerünk a 98.6 Panna FM. Ki keresünk? Véleményük!
Igazából sosem fogja megkeresni a szüleimet, mi
Miért néztek ki? Folytatódik a séfegsége. Ha úgy érzed, hogy a főzés az életed és harcba szállnál 10 millió forintért, akkor ne habolsz. Tudod, mi ez a párjában? Szakmai sem. Érezd a késeket. Jelentkezz a tv2.hu per séfegsége oldalon, hogy te lehess az ország legújabb séfegsége.
Yeah, that's true.
Biztos, hogy nem úgy alakult ez a másodperc. Az elején még nagyon meg volt benne.
Yeah, Jace played extremely well around ganks. That flash was really good, you know, like everything, you know, and I think that's it. Like Jace is just very good at playing around ganks, while Faker fall off a little bit into the Maokai gank, but they managed to recover. No, that was well played. Like Wavy was playing well overall, I think. With some mistakes he was playing well, it's just like they have an obnoxious early game comp, right? But when they're obviously like so skilled and they're maining these champs like Yon, they're maining Renata and Kalista, I don't know why don't we get any type of bans on Kalista or Zeus and like anything, you know, like mages are getting perma target ban. I guess Orianna is kind of broken, so it's reasonable. I mean, I don't say it isn't, but like just like they have their main champs, you know, like most of their main champs. I think Owner does main Lee Sin as well. So I think it's just really all about like the issue is I think they banned meta picks, which are fine. I mean they have a big champ pool on T1, so it's hard to ban them out. But they didn't ban main champs, I think, no? They're comfort, they're well expertized champions. So it's kind of difficult to like ban them out, of course. But I think maybe they are like champs that they struggle to play into, like Kalista. Renata banned such a potent duo, and the perma give them the opportunity to go with Renata and Kalista. But the issue is that bot laners have a very big amount of champ pool, so they could also go like, I don't know, Caitlyn Ashe or something, you know. So it's hard to really ban out the bot lane, but my Kalista is just so dangerous, and they sort of fall off to Kalista to some extent, I think. If their champs are getting countered by Kalista or something, then it's kind of hard to.
Megtalálni azt az időpontot, amikor tudjuk igazán beszélgetni. Hála Istennek rengeteg felkérés van, itt nagyon sok fellépésen, koncerten. Az Amerika most nagyon elfoglal engem, mert próbálok azért egy jó műsoranyag kint is, ottani magyaroknak, de emellett rengeteg fellépésen járt itt
Well, that's kind of good. They're gonna be back soon with game 2 though. Yeah, it was that. It was that pretty much.
Természetesen akkor minden kiló lehet látni rajta. És utolsó 2 évben úgy éltem, hogy a szendvics és a hotdog volt a legjobb barátom. Ami utána nyilvánvalóan találkozni. Megtalálni egy olyan kapszulát, ami benne vannak olyan gyógynövények,
But I think it was really weird when they third pick Aatrox, when obviously like Zeus has Aatrox counters, obviously Yon was open, so I don't know. I don't know, because Aatrox gets picked, but you don't have enough info over the enemy comp and on your matchups. I don't know if it's always good to perma like pick Aatrox. I mean, you can always scale. It's kind of a solid pick. Solid wise, it's solid, I guess, but it's like you're just vulnerable to some meta picks here and there, you know. So that's I think that's the whole thing.
Nekem nagyon lényeg az, hogy a színpadon az ember jól kinézzen, és ne kelljen
Hey, why did that look like old Aatrox? What? That looked like old Aatrox there, did you guys see? It looked like old Aatrox with the new Aatrox here. What the hell was that? I mean, I'm not sure why did they choose to show the pre-season, but I guess it's fine. I mean, it's like, oh, Hubei. Oh, let's go, man. But I hope it's not a copy of that Dota hero. But he kinda looks like Aphelios, man, what?
Nézze csak, adjon egy kis időt, és átadok mindent, amire szükség van. Igen, nézze uram, nagyon hálás vagyok ezért, és Brian is. Rendben. Mindenjük. Wesley megadta egy ügyvéd nevét, aki hajlandó elvállalni
I mean, that's really good, but that reminds me of one of those scams where people, I just reminds me of those scams where people are posting, I'm looking for 10 people to take my affiliate marketing dropshipping dog shit business that's already oversaturated. It reminds me of those type of Instagram random posts that I found. It's like legit. It sounds the same way as one of those scam posts. I'm looking for 10 people for this business, you know, it's like, and then they're gonna show you some shitty affiliate marketing or dropshipping business that's just so oversaturated that you're gonna get some pennies out of it or nothing, and you're gonna die from demotivation before you get anything out of it. So yeah, it just gave me off that scammy vibe, but yeah, it's probably real if Riot Games says it. But it gave me that looking for 10 people scammy vibe, you know.
Olyan pakoljuk bele a rafinátorokat, nincs sikermodellünk, ami aztán ezt rögzíteni a váltóházhoz, tudná ebben segíteni nekünk.
Reklám. Cea mai tare promoție de weekend o găsești la Kaufland. Weekendul acesta te bucuri de 30% reducere la toată categoria de conserve, chipsuri, snack-uri și alune bune și Vivedoro ulei de floarea soarelui 1 litru la doar 4,59 lei. Atât de ieftin? Atât. Kaufland.
Au băi, faci multe curățe. Ei crezi că ai fi personal și de să online. Ești bani pe rog, orice. Ai banking și mai și de la ING.
Deichmann Black Friday, până la 50% reducere la o selecție largă de articole. Promoție valabilă în perioada 10-19 noiembrie în magazine și online. Deichmann, pentru că e pantou.
35 zilele tale merită un
3 more minutes, guys.
cu cea mai avansată peluță de disc Sonicare, care reușește să curețe în profunzime chiar și
3 more minutes, guys.
de până la 20 de ori mai multă placă bacteriană. Philips Sonicare, acum cu garanția returnării validă. Elmiplant cu calciu. Cu calciu și Fenigen Plus, deshidratarea și scurile sunt reduse. Elasticitatea este îmbunătățită. Elmiplant cu calciu. Descoperă frumusețea fără vârstă.
Hey, that was a fun art, really cool. Please choose Renata, Kiria. He did. Wait, Mercedes-Benz codes, what? You get a... Okay, you get a hextech Mercedes chest. That's interesting. We demand glory be delivered. I wouldn't buy any of those shares. Those shares cost a lot. Oh, these are some cool fan arts. These are some cool fan arts. Get RP exclusive words emote and many more with the gaming Amazon. They're really businessing in here, aren't they? They are drinking, eating, shitting business. Dive into the rift YouTube gaming.
Extra compartiment și într-o nouă cutie din carton. Din ceas detergent ar putea să nu depărteze complet fetele de grăsime în apă caldă, Ariel Poți curăță impecabil chiar și în apă rece. Așa că spală în apă rece cu Ariel Poți și economisești până la 60% din consumul de energie electrică.
Yeah, I think
Imunității de 3 ori mai multă protecție. Dă fuga la catenă. Luna aceasta.
how many people joined? I think 1 or 2 people. Clarus and another guy joined it, but not many people joined Words. I can also turn on noise suppression, I guess. It's our deal. It starts in like 1 minute though.
Iar circulația sanguină e deficitară și musculatura slăbită. Cum faceți față lipsei de mișcare dăunătoare sănătății și durerilor? De acum puteți spune adio tuturor problemelor neplăcute și dureroase de acest fel. Dezvoltatorii tehnologiei patentate pe oscilații, cei care au răspândit Vibro-Shaper în întreaga lume, au găsit soluția pentru dumneavoastră. VibroLex, revoluționarul sistem de masaj al picioarelor care poate regenera, relaxa și întări picioarele obosite. Combinația de vibrații și acupresură poate îmbunătăți circulația sanguină, poate crește fermitarea mușchilor.
Proč vadí, most magadot is megjátékozhatod. Válasz Cyber novemberben egy Honor 90-et online, ami mellé egy Honor 90 változatot féláron.
Ooh, pick and ban faced. Oh, again, same bans. They hate. That's the thing. They all the time play champs in T1 that gets countered to some extent by Orianna Nico because of their nature of engaging and their nature of having medium to short range champs like last game. So it's really all about like if they ban out those champs, it's way easier to like play into the. Ooh, they picked away the Kalista. No more Kalista Renata. Counters are open, but we see. Yeah. I'm curious what are they gonna counter pick into Kalista? Aurelion? So? No, I don't think so. They picked away the Renata. Good. No, that's really good. They picked away the Renata. It's like insane. It's really good because it's harder to dive them on bot lane, right? And yeah, it's a bit wacky. That I think like Kalista should be picked combined with something. Not really picked solely, in my opinion. Like ideally, you need to pick in the same rotation. this support AD carry, but I think it's fine because I'm like, it's fine because they had to like sort of pick it away if they don't ban it. That's the idea, I think. They had to pick it away from T1, but they still managed to go for a Draven pick. Draven is actually kind of good due to his overwhelming damage. But I think Senna is weird. I mean, Senna does put some pressure on the table, but I don't know. I don't feel like Senna is. I don't think so. You should bangle for Senna. Honest opinion. No? I mean, she does put some pressure on the table, but like, I'm pretty much sure not Senna is the pick that's needed into that bot lane. I don't know, I'm not very intrigued by Senna. Because Senna has skills, she has some early pressure, I don't deny that. And Kalista focuses on her early game. And the thing is, she doesn't pulse too well. That's my issue with like Senna, she doesn't like pulse too well. I'm not sure. And the issue is like Renata has actually sort of even damage to Senna, that's the funny thing in the early game. Maybe even more. Even or a bit more. Not 100% what to say because of her passive, right? So she actually does put pressure on the table. Sylas, very good. Insanely good pick because he can steal the Maokai's ult and use it against them very efficiently. I think it's a decent pick, honestly. I think Syndra is open, but they don't really pick Syndra for some reason. Looks to be too awful, but yeah. Guess they don't want it to. Yeah. Guess it's fine. So, Sylas. I mean, Faker is really skilled at Sylas, right? Yep.
Összesen 330 fajta marha él a világban, és mindért oda vagyunk. De ennyire azért nem szoktunk megkerülni.
A marhák töltik ki az életemet, hát több mint 60 év. Szerintem
Hey, what would be good into the enemy team? Kusante is banned, Kusante is banned, Poppy is banned, Chase is banned. I think they're gonna go again early game. Sylas, they're gonna get Lee Sin, no? Lee Sin is open. Let's see if they ban Lee. But I think they're gonna get Lee Sin again, to be honest to you guys. I think they're gonna get Lee Sin again. Gomayushi, Keria. So, Gomayushi and Keria. They still have to pick. I think it's Nocturne. Interesting. I mean, it definitely helps to dive into the backline, right, and puts pressure on the table against Maokai in the early game. Interesting. Okay, respect. Not quite often Nocturne gets picked, but it's definitely interesting into the enemy comp. My only issue is you're not really allowed to int with Nocturne. Then it's kind of like you have to like super well leverage your lead of the early game. Jarvan was not open. I was thinking of Jarvan, but it was not open. So they actually go for Ahri? So they went again Aatrox, but it's Yone is again open. Yone is again open, but Gwen is fine. Gwen is great, I think. Gwen is good into Aatrox if you play correctly. You don't think you're early somehow. You have to play like really well though. I think Gwen was a decent pick due to them having 3 range. Then the melee ones just get shredded in the bubble, so I think it was a decent pick. So they have emphasis on the early game. Very likely Draven will get some ganks from mid, ideally jungle, to sort of leverage his lead. They have a great amount of CC on the enemy team, so in mid-late game it's kind of hard to pick up axes as Draven. So he has to really well play around the edges of Draven's W. Mayushi, right? To pick them up if he knows the trick, probably does. But it's kind of hard to play into them in mid-late if you don't have a lead at least. So ideally Draven has to not in somehow, right?
fizikai őfensége ráerősített kameránkkal végigfilmezzük lendületes útját. Festői szépségű 800 méteres út vezet a Fejfeházig. Első látásra teljesen nyugodtan látszik minden. De Gavi kamerái más vannak.
What I'm thinking of, Vi was also open, no? Vi and Lee as a jungle, but this game they decided to go for Nocturne, which is like interesting. I mean, definitely helps a lot. Does put pressure on the table, so they're trying to counter some type of wards, right? He has actually fleet on Ahri, that's interesting. But I hope he doesn't go for static, because that would be a bit in. I think fleet is really nice to sustain into Faker, to have sort of a more potent early game, but I hope he doesn't go static. Like, if he goes static, Faker is GG. There's no way, Ahri. No way he's inting. He's inting. Why do I even say that? It's like a bit of a lead you're gonna get out of static. I will not deny that. But like, you won't have damage. And generally speaking, Sylas will beat you. If he has Everfrost and you have static, he will beat you. And it's like, yeah, you pressure early on. But that's why like Faker went for D-Shield, because of early pressure. But like, that's it, and it's not it, I think. It's not it, because then again, the issue is that Ahri goes for an AD build, right? And then how many AD champs do we have? 4? 4 AD champs? When we need AP champs. And Maokai is just a tank that's gonna have softer amount of, how's it called? AP damage. So, don't know. Like, they need AP as well, I don't know. Maybe he goes AP after static, I'm not sure, but I think it's just int. I think it's just a bit of a int.
A minorkatyú csak az egyik a farmjaikon élő 500 tyúkfajtából. A tyúkok eredetileg az esőerdőkből származnak, ahol állandó hangos kommunikációt folytatnak, mivel gyakran nem is látják a csapatukat.
Okay, flash for flash. Now the good thing is Draven didn't die, because he's not allowed to int in the early game. It's very bad, like, lose the early game, right? They somehow got outskilled on the bot lane. Well, they somehow got outskilled, I think. I don't know how to feel about the AD build on Ahri. I mean, as I said, like, she's definitely gonna have maybe a CS advantage, maybe a plate, right? But I'm like, it's not it, you know, I don't think so. I think it's kind of a hint, honestly. Yeah. Let's go. Let me check on my phone, because I don't want to disturb your, you know, live viewership. So I'm just gonna check my messages on my phone.
Mivel a csirkék csapatban élnek, szigorú társadalmi hierarchiájuk van. A csapat vezére a leghangosabb kakas. Ez a szószátyár az ügyeltes főnök. A tojók pedig figyelik a kakas biztonsági riasztásait. Minden tiszta. A tyúkfélék egyszerre kétfelé látnak. A kakas egyik szemével a csirkéket figyeli, amíg másikkal a veszélyt képleli. Hogy próbára tegyük éberségét, megnézzük, hogyan reagál a levegőből érkező fenyegetésre. Oké, a műanyag ragadozó nem épp egy vándorsolyon, de reméljük, hogy az alapja és mozgása kiváltja a vízjelzést. Az őrségen lévő kakas épességét bizonyítja nyújtott nyaka és felborzolt tollazata. 300 fokos látómezejének hála, hamar kiszűri a halálos veszélyt. Ez mi? Futás, hölgyeim! Futás, hölgyeim! Vörös riasztás! Futás, hölgyeim!
A
kakas helyet és golyókat a menekülésre. Futás, hölgyeim! Vörös riasztás! Vége a légveszélynek. Maradjatok fedezékben! De a kakas első pont készültségben marad. Maradjatok fedezékben! Maradjatok fedezékben! Adatok felismerték, hogy a csirkék kommunikációs képessége betegszik néhány emlőséget. Ez finomnak látszik. De egészen egyszer zselekkedik. Nagyon finom. Ám a műanyag ragadozó támadások után a kakas leadja a műszakot.
Because he is playing Fleet Footwork and he has the Kerchi's Shard, so I think it is going to be Static Shift Rush. I think this is going to be ADRing. We've seen quite a lot of this online. This is kind of the new evolution of what we're seeing with the Walk and that sort of style. I'm not sure if he's going to go like full on ADR in or just that similar build where he shift into mid-bait, playing Conqueror as well. That's the most common one that we've seen online. But obviously trying to be able to side lane and trying to be able to stay with the advantage.
That's the shit thing, like Faker is so good at CSing and playing around ADRE that they have sort of even CS. And he didn't take a plate yet, so she got to actually put pressure on the table with the static build pad and the static itself. Because otherwise you'll find ourselves in a awkward spot. So actually Draven tends to go quite low on HP, apparently into the Senna and Kalista, so guess he has to like maybe recap, buy an item, and then he can like also like put pressure on the table. But it really feels like it's difficult to deal with Kalistas, and it's a bit flippy to fight the Kalista and so on.
Aside from the noise, ha a lágma nem lenne elég nagy, egy kifejtett házból akár 800 kilós is lehet. Vagyis nagyjából 10-szer akkorát, mint Harry. És a csorda minden szokja meg akarja szagolni a jövevét. Harry érthetően ideges, és inkább a többi borzúval ismerkedne. És talán ez a legjobb, mivel anyja akár a harcra is kész érte. Ő az ott a jobb oldalon. Mostantól új helyet foglal el a hierarchiában. Mielőtt megjelent Harryvel, a csordában mindenki tudta a helyét. De érkezése átrendezi a rangsort. Minél magasabban áll a hierarchiában, annál jobb legelőre jár neki. A rangsorolkor és a súlyt befolyásolja, mivel ezek a fejharcban is előnyt jelentenek. Harry anyja úgy gondolja, ő nyer. De a rivális második fordulót akar. És amikor túl közel kerül Harryhez, újra
Ooh, really good. Really good. Gomayushi didn't die. He was a bit behind in CS due to the early game pressure. But that was definitely well. Oh, I think Zeus will stand its ground. I think Zeus won't die in here. He will kill all of them. He doesn't. Oh, but that's even worse what he did. In a way, that was even worse what he did because he didn't have the tower cover, right? So maybe under tower he could then try to do some things, but yeah. Maybe he dies, opium. Might be a bit of a opium, but is it an execute? Let's go!
Szinte biztos, hogy akad majd egy erősebb kihívó. Igaz, a fekete öves tehéz ma megnyeri a csatát. de az anyja most már tudja, hol a helye, így neki és Harrynek is biztos pozíciója van a csapatban. Ez a nyár termékeny időszak a farmon. A mecsketészek tele vannak éhes fiókákkal. A kiskacsák evező tollaikat erősítik. A méztermelés teljes gőzzelművörök. Ha túl meleg lesz, a raj odakint gyűlik össze, és mindennél mini ventilátorként hűteni kezdi a naptár. A herék megtermékenyítették a vényanyapetényt, vagyis megtették kötelességüket. Most már nincs rá szükség. Eddig tartott a szíves látásuk, így habozás nélkül édességelik őket a kaptárból. Méz hiányában pedig elpusztulnak. A farm élete az évszakokat követve folyton változik. Se a környezeti változás is jó, de elérőleg azoknak az állatoknak, amik új kihívásokkal néznek szembe. Megszerveztünk át egy kísérletet, hogy ezt bizonyítsuk. Kutatások azt mutatják, hogy ha a tehenek megoldanak egy problémát, akkor izgatottak lesznek. Szeretnénk kipróbálni, hogy sikerül-e kiváltanunk ezt a Eureka pillanat. Ha van valami, amit a teherek igazán szeretnek, akkor az az alapos akarózás. Ez a napelemes, teljesen automata takarógép pedig kész festviszketés ellen. A csorda számára az a kihívás, hogy rá kell jönni, a gép csak akkor működik, ha hozzádőlődnek. Kezdetben csak is a friss szűködi le a figyelmüket. De egy fél órán belül a csorda legkíváncsibb tagja közelebbről is személyre veszi.
No, Ari actually did change his mind to not int. What? Or did he only go for the shard for early pressure? But he has even CS. He has even CS. So he actually changed his mind because he's, oh wait guys, aren't we a bit high on AD if I go AD as well, right? Then he changed his mind, oh shit, let's go Leandri. Because it would be very weird, you know? That's what I'm thinking of. It would be really weird if he actually went for, if he would actually go for that build, right? I think from my opinion. Then he changed his mind halfway because it was a bit not enough though. Not enough juice, see? I think it was too much. I think he has no damage. He has plated seal caps. He has the defensive item from Driftmaker. So I don't think he had enough damage there honestly to burn Ghost. Maybe ult was a bit burned as well. I mean at max he got a recall out of him, but I think he needs a Nocturne ult Slide Breaker ideally to kill him. I think it was a bit of a limit test, I guess. I mean he does have a freeze, I guess, because Yon doesn't even freeze. I guess he didn't know the exact limits. I thought maybe it surprised him that Aatrox had Merc Threads and normally he would die. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know, because you really have to eat your ults into Aatrox ults which speed him up, so at least like one of your ults could be also dodged with E, so it's a bit of a flippy fight even if he would be lower on him more, but I'm not sure honestly, because it doesn't look like he has like damaging items yet on Grand more so. It wasn't that awful. It wasn't awful. It was fine. But Senna ulted for no reason though. Guess he got his flash, but I think they should combine what they have. Once like Nocturne is here, but I think Zeus went in a bit preemptively. I guess he didn't know the exact limits of the matchup. Maybe he was forced to first tank Gwen. We generally don't see all that much. We don't see all that much.
A kerti Buttercups állatmenhelyen az egyik rendszakú megvilágosítási pillanata többet is kiváltott az emelkedett szívverésnél. A teljes káosz hozta
They really secure those objectives right now. They got kills, but they're really strong around objectives. Where he sold his shard. Yeah, he realized halfway it wasn't. That's actually funny. I was really thinking of that, like halfway he realized it wasn't. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, but their team fights are very strong if Sylas steals the right ult, if Gan hits all of her needles. It's very, very strong, I mean. Gods. Oh. Maybe they thought Faker will flash in, I don't know. I actually don't know, but couldn't he just like... Couldn't Kalista just ult her in the last second? Didn't Kalista have ult? I think she had ult. No, I didn't pay attention. Didn't she have ult anyways? Her ult is such a bait, honestly. Like, yeah, it's like so good to bait people in. But yeah, yeah, really good pick, I mean... Yeah, really good pick with the Maokai ult. So that was, by the way, Sylas' Maokai ult. That wasn't Maokai's ult. If anybody's wondering why did the Maokai ult root the Aatrox. Just in case, just saying. Goes for the Trinity Force collector build. Classic Droven build. I'm not sure if he's ahead enough though to go for collector. I mean, if he can get some kills of it, it probably wouldn't feel to be bad. But I'm like, Maokai will build armor. I mean, Kalista didn't play the seal caps. Don't know, isn't it a bit late to commit for that build? Maybe Stormrazor or arguably Lord Dominix would be a bit better. I mean, he has to get something done when he finishes his item, right? I'm not very positive about Collector in this game. It's a bit slow. Like, I think if his early game was a bit better, a bit more plates maybe, and a bit more CS, then I would say maybe, because that's his like generic build on Draven, but I think it's a bit late to really go for that collector, no? Yeah.
Számunkra a mindennapjainkban alig van jelentősége. Biztosak vagyunk benne, hogy velük nem történhet meg. De vannak civilizációk, amelyekkel megtörtént. Ókori apokalipszis. Az emberek évezredeken át meséltek regényeket és legendákat. A trójai háborútól kezdve az arany elveszett városáig.
I think this is T1's, could be a smite flip though. Could be a smite flip. Really well played on Gumayushi though. Oh, I see them. See? Oh, they can barely catch up. Yeah. I think they killed this one, huh? Oh, we got the big gold on Draven, right? Got a lot of gold there, huh? I think he got a lot of gold because he got again a kill without dying. So probably he had lots of stacks on Draven already. He's probably gonna have a big recall and he's gonna get Drake anyways. It's insane. Super good. But they are playing like very well, right? They really like these early game comps apparently. They don't go scaling anymore that much. I mean, they scale, but they really go for this type of champs that leverage their lead into mid-late game. And they don't necessarily commit for this type of comps that are just like super scaling oriented. Because if your scaling can't be leveraged or you don't have some early game damage as well, it's not that. Yeah, it was an interesting ult. Definitely picked up the Kalista. That's really good actually. Then he also managed to pick up an Aatrox skill, which is really important towards Draven's passive, right? He did misplay a bit though, but it should be fine. He did misplay a bit, but it should be fine. Gods.
A nép, vagyis a minusziak, egy civilizáció, amely több mint 5000 éve virágzott. A bronzkorban.
Win probability powered by Amazon. Okay, so it's more than... I don't know, what does this even mean?
amelyben nők és férfiak úgy tűnik harmóniával élnek.
A női jelő a mimozi társadalomban igazán érdekes, és nem sok párhuzamot találunk máshol Európában, vagy az egész bronzkorban ebből a
Egy olyan társadalom, amely az étel, bor és textíliát a mediterrán civilizáció részének tekintette. Tengerjárói, amely a tengerfeletti uralmát arra használ, hogy kereskedjen a tőzsdére fekvő ókori egyiptomiakkal.
Ó, oké.
És a tőlük északra fekvő Görögországi műtékényekkel.
Really good disengage. Oh no! No, they sent in the Senna. But Senna is so squishy, that's the thing about Senna. Senna is not a rel, so if the ult misses, which he obviously will flash, but played on Gumayoshi. Yeah, it's... I don't know, sending in Senna is a bit weird, because it feels like she gets one shot at 1 second later. That's why I said, like, sure she's gonna have some early game pressure into Draven Renata, but that's it, you know. And somewhat Renata can match it, because the CS difference isn't massive, the play difference isn't massive. Some like, I think maybe Nocturne could ban W that, but I guess he was holding into W, maybe didn't have it. But really good disengage with the Renata ult, like definitely Keria did disengage his team properly. He was even tanking for Draven, but he was tanking for Draven, but at the same time he is also sidestepping with Draven together, right? That's the idea. So you sidestep, matching your AD carry sidestep, so in case somehow they get caught, you get caught, right? And it's not so bad because Draven had a bounty. But that's what like lots of supports don't do. They try to sidestep it in a direction where your AD carry is not sidestepping towards. You can like see, like when we look at these small details, why Keria is better than 99% of supports out there, right? Or all of them. All of them actually. Vendel 0 damage, I think he wasn't in the fight, but yeah. I mean definitely like Aatrox. Oh no, Daskalin on Aatrox, so you're getting one-shotted. You're getting one-shotted with that build. It's so hard to get resets into Gwen, into Sylas, he presses Zanye, right? And resets are not easy. Nocturne is kinda tanky, he has a W, right? He has like lots of HP from his items. It's not that easy to get just so get resets, you know? Just get the reset, bro, no. No, it's not it.
Manapság a sziget népszerű turisztikai célpont. Évente közel 5 millió turistát fogad a világ minden tájáról. Úgy hiszik, hogy a tavernák és olajfali...
Yeah, I mean there's a top diffy. There is a top diffy.
Kutatásunk Knossos-ban kezdődik, mintegy 5 kilométerre délre a fővárostól, Herakleontól. 1900-at írunk, és a brit régész Arthur Evans komoly ásatásokat kezd Knossosban.
Arthur Evans egy brit régész volt. A 19. század közepén született. Viktoriánus férfi, akit lenyűgöztek az ősök.
I don't know why do they permapick Aatrox when obviously like Zeus's Champool does actually counter Aatrox to a good extent. And I don't know why did they perma go Duskblade, like you're gonna die. You're gonna die faster before you get the reset in my opinion. Because they have overwhelming damage. And then they have such things as Gwen will go Zanye soon, Gwen has Bubble, Nocturne has Stopwatch, Sylas has Stopwatch, Sylas is kinda tanky, of course you have a Renata ult with Radiant, you have like Nocturne is kinda tanky with his items. It's actually kinda hard for you to just like randomly get a reset, then you won't get on top of, trust me, like you won't get on top of Gumayushi so easily because he's really good at sidestepping, he's really good at like spacing, so you won't just like randomly all in Draven because he's like going in turbo frontline like in solo queue people do in Draven, so I think it's a bit weird. But then again, they have some tank counters, so if you go Score Drinker on Aatrox, they have some degree of HP based damage here and there. So that might be a bit of a issue as well again, you know, because then they could just easily shred him anyway, so he just maybe optimizes into damage, because at least he deals damage, but he gets one-shotted. So I'm not sure if it's worth, because he just gets one-shotted.
Az ásod
csodás egy valóra vált álom Evansnek, akit kisfiúként üvölt a Minotaurus és a labirintus története. Most lehetősége nyílik rá, hogy azon a szigeten kutasson, ahol állítólag Minos király élt.
Héten akkor nem megyünk.
Ez a nagy felfedezések időszaka. Új birodalmakat találtak és új területeken ástak. Igaz, hogy ezek a történetek, mint a Minotaurus története?
De az egyik első lelet, amit Evans talál, olyan hatással volt rá, amit el sem tudott volna képzelni. Egy kis magyagtárban, amelyik szokatlan jelekről. Evans közelebbről is megvizsgálta.
I think it's a dive.
És úgy dönt, azok nem a véletlen hívei. Túl szabályosak.
Yeah, I mean, they really felt they can do this. Another disgusting part about Nocturne, if he leverages his lead, if his team is like really fat, they are. I know it's 10 kills only, but they are really fat, you know. In pro play, this counts to be really fat in my own opinion. The Nocturne has insane amount of pressure on the side lane, and that's disgusting. When you play Aatrox, you don't have like Goring, or you don't heal enough, you know, you can't survive even Duskblade. And then you just get doved like that. And then it's bad because Gwen can also get Q trades into you and then get out, or maybe just sneak away the tower in front of you with her WE if she has enough damage and prevent hovering. So it's just awful to be Aatrox in that situation because you're not really allowed to lose lane into Gwen at all. You have to play super respectfully around ganks around her kit because things gonna go really dirty later on because she's gonna have insane defensive stats, insane damage, insane healing, and Aatrox just can't really match that, especially when like Gwen has a ghost, because then she just dodges, she cap closes anyways, and then she dodges his Qs smoothly, which don't even deal anyways damage because of her WXD, but yeah, just like an extra layer of protection. And it's really good to also engage on the backline, right, with Ghost. I don't think so they win this though. It's Maokai ult into Maokai ult, no, then Renata would stand back, but might be a play opportunity. Yeah, Gwen is a bit broken. Gwen is a bit underpicked in my opinion. Like, look how broken she is if she's picked accordingly to the to what she counters, right? Gumayush is trying hard. Does he have ult? He does have ult, he's not ulting yet. I think he's waiting Ahri's third ult and maybe he's looking for a random ult. Maybe he's looking for a blind ult. He's not blind ulting, but there is no objective. Maybe he could ban blind ult, no? I think there was no... When is the next objective coming? Not in 2 minutes, right? So I think he could ban go for a blind ult because I think until his ult comes back, I don't think so people will look for fights, no? Maybe they have to though, because slowly they're gonna lose Drakes to the point where they may lose Soul. And this Soul is, again, a bit scary because they are full of skill shots on the enemy team. And they also can't kite anymore into that Soul. Like, Aatrox full of skill shots, Ahri full of skill shots. Kalista, I guess, has only a Q and Senna has QW ult, I guess. She has more skill shots. And so it's really all about, like, Draven being capable. Like, if he ults, he gets a lot of speed and W gives him a lot of speed, so... Van mi?
Jössz velünk vásárolni, vagy? Autózz, hogy menjünk vásárolni, mert nekünk most nincs.
Odaadom a bankkártyát, megnézem mennyi pénz van rajta. Most nem megyek, mert most kell valamit csináljak. Nem tudom, hogy el tudok menni egy óra múlva. Mert most kell valamit itt streameljek. Itt van a kártya.
Hát de mennyi pénz van rá?
Biztos van 300 lej rajta.
Jó, de sosem kell menjek.
Meg tudom nézni.
És mi a kódja?
Nem kell beírni a kódját. De most kérdezd a kódját, mikor live-olok, Mo.
Mi?
Nem most kérdezd a kódját, mikor live-olok. Majd leírom neked Messengeren.
Meg kell nézned, biztos, hogy nem ott szégyenbe valót tudtak használni. Igen, meg csak a biztos.
Yeah, they really demolished them. T1 really loves these super snowbally comps. They really know what they do with these picks like Draven, you know, and these snowbally champs like Sylas, right?
Mondják, a változatosság olyan jótékony, mint a pihenés. Egy szőnyeg kiderül, hogy Hemis sokkal jobban érdekli a market világot. Azt hiszem, Hemis viselkedése teljesen így.
Van 281 lej.
Ő inkább úgy döntött, hogy a tehenekkel lesz, és ez a fő választás. Ezért fel kellett volna rajtani, de egy óra múlva megszökött. Hát az útra a tehenek után és velük is jött vissza. De Hemis nem csak azt gondolja, hogy a társaságában a fűvíz zöldebb. A napirintunkat is kedveli. Naponta kétszer, amikor a tehenekben élő célok és elindulnak a fejőházba, nem is mondta. A tehenek teljesen elfogadták, a tehet mellett tudatában vannak a jelenik. Amikor a séta után a fejőház előtti terelőútjára gyülekeznek, a marhák szükségszerűen szoros test közelbe kerülnek egymáshoz.
Okay, I'm here.
Vagyis tolakodnak teszik, és sosem tudnak. De Hemis nem csak a sétát és az udvari gyülekezést kezeli, hanem az egész folyamatot. Tényleg, ki merem mondani, hogy ez igazán egyedi. So what's hidden viszi rá erre Hemis? A fejőházban gyakran van táplálék is, de ilyen biztos benne, hogy a juhot nem az éhség veszi rá a marháskodásra. Nem mindig kapelni, de bármi is hajtotta első alkalommal, az elég ideglehetett számára. Belépni egy teljesen más világba a tehenek társasága látni.
Tényleg azt hiszem, hogy ő is meg. Én minden nap itt dolgozom, és látom, hogy nem tesz különbséget a saját maga és a teher. Jól érzi magát, és jön egy kis makarása. Jól esik neked, hogy szeretnél. Jó vagy. Vigyázz, ez a kislány még.
Oh, it reminds me of the Giants song. They're literally giants right now, huh?
Ez a kos aztán elkockáztatni.
Arra hölgyek megy be is.
A kosokról ismert egy sípesebb kapcsolatot teremteni egy adott tehénnel, de az, hogy minden tekintetben beilleszkedjenek a csordába, több széles társadalmi igény feltételez. A tehenek csorda hierarchiában élnek. Határozott rangsor van akkor is, amikor bejönnek a fejhatából, vagy ha bármit is csinálunk. Még a katonál is sorrendben is, ehhez is jól alkalmazkodnak.
Oh, is this Hubei, the new champion? Or is it Jin? I think it's Jin.
Egészen őszink marad a csordával, amikor már máshol van szükség a szolgálataira. Reméljük a tehenek megtérték. Nyár közben van, a gabonát hamarosan arasztják, de a farmon nem csak búza és árva éred be. A kirepülő fecsék lehagyják fészkeiket, és első alkalommal gyülekeznek a gabonát. A hosszaság is lassan felkészülnek a repülésre. Evező tollaik már kellően kifejlődtek, hogy megemeljék testüket feljebb és feljebb. De még nem eléggé. Eközben a rovarok is learadják a magukét a nyári növényekből. Alapítása előtt, és több száz évvel az egyiptomi nagy piramisok előtt léteztek. A minoszi civilizáció időszámításunk előtt 3000 körül kezdődött.
Mínosz király király volt az, aki a bikát a labirintus közepére helyezte, és az egész Knossos palotában a bika képei vannak.
He said Twitchman, what?
Nem csak erről van szó, de a feltárt komplexum tényleges elrendezése is rendkívül furcsa. Labirintus-szerű. Termek vezetnek termekhez, és újabb termekhez. Ha úgy mennénk be oda, hogy fogalmunk sincs...
Hey, Alawi looks so badass actually.
Pontosan ez a Minotaurus volt a labirintus közepén, akit keresett.
Waiting for the next game.
A térség történetének legkorábbi írásos emlékei közé tartoznak.
Itt egy írásforma, amely minden más európai nyelvnél korábbi. Teljesen elképesztő. A mínoszi civilizáció felfedezése hiánypótló a régészek számára, mert tudjuk, hogy az ókori Egyiptomban volt egy régi civilizáció. Tudunk az árkádiaiakról, a sumérokról, de a történelemben hatalmas űrtátom. Görögország felemelkedése előtt mi történt az égei tengeren? Arthur Evans ezt a hiányt pótolta a mínoszi civilizáció felfedezésével.
A kérdés azonban továbbra is fennáll. Miért tűntek el a minósziak? És vajon történetük rávilágít-e Minotaurus mítoszára? A következő 2 évtizedben Evans egy különleges civilizációt fedez fel. És elkezd teljesebb képet alkotni a mínoszi társadalomról. Úgy vélik, a mínoszi társadalom a nagy Minotaurus mítosz körül forog. Az óriás bikákat ábrázoló szobrokkal és freskókkal. Rituális bikaugró sportot vagy ceremóniát ábrázoltak, és többször felbukkan a megszentelés szarva, ahogy Evans hívja. A bika szarvakat ábrázoló képek azt sugallják, hogy a bikákra szentként tekintettek a minósziak. A minószi művészek középpontjában azonban a nők ábrázolása áll. Az istennők, a papnők, a lenyűgöző szobrok a nőket hatalmi és tiszteletbeli pozícióban mutatják be.
Amit látunk, azok olyan dolgok, mint az istennők szobrai, kígyókat tartó nők figurák. Vannak freskóink, amelyek kitautó nőket ábrázolnak. Amit nem látunk, az olyan ábrázolások, ahol a nők a háztartást vezetik, a mindennapi élet dolgait végzik. És Arthur Evans-et ez nagyon izgalta.
Evans bizonyítékot talál arra is, hogy a minósziak mennyire fejlettek voltak a technika terén. Beleértve a vízöblítéses vécét és a csatornát, amelyek az európai vízvezetékrendszerek legkorábbi példái. Dr. Alexander McGillivray több mint 4 évtizede tanulmányozza a minósziakat.
Yo, hello there. Finally we have someone in the audience. Because, oh, Sklarus is here. Because like, so far not many people joined really. I mean, there was one guy, he made a ticket, you know, he joined. He gets his 1,000 points, but not many people join. I mean, maybe we should then preemptively announce it that there will be awards live. But yeah, maybe we should then announce it earlier on. There was something I wanted to show you. Where was it? Coaching. There was like one guy, but that's it, you know, he made a ticket, you know, for those 100 points. But that's it, you know, like, I think like one person only. Wrong chat. And I guess we're gonna watch the... Is it like 3 games or 5 games? How many games? 5 or 3 games? I think it's 5 games in total, right? If I'm correct.
Mi okozta, hogy az időszámításunk előtt 1350
I think T1 might just win this. I have a little bit of a hope that they learned out of their mistakes, like VPG. I have a bit of, I have some hope in me that maybe they learned out of their mistakes, and hopefully they gonna ban their picks. It just like it's hard to ban them because they play so many champs. They've been playing League for so long. It's just very hard to ban T1. That's the issue. Like when they have such a good and nice and decent champ pool that synergizes with each other, it's very hard to ban out those people. That's what I'm thinking of. Like sure, you're gonna ban Faker Sazi, you're gonna pick away Gumayushi's Kalista, but then they still have counters for that. So it's kind of feels like every move is incorrect into T1 just because how many champions they play. Not even think so VPG played that badly. It's just like I think it's not enough how defensively they played against their early game oriented comps, I think. So I think they kinda messed up a bit on the defensive side, I think. Usually the early game goes well, decently, at least evenly, but then they start throwing here and there, and I think that's what they do, you know. I mean, actually they went for a lots of playmaker champs, so I'm like they did go for a lots of playmaker champs, so like Yon, like Silas and Draven and these. So for me it actually seems to be more interesting. But I don't know honestly because I didn't watch last year pro play, that's the thing, you know. But for me overall it seems to be actually more interesting, relatively interesting. But I think you missed out the fun part. The first two games were fun. I think you missed out the fun part, no?
De az elméletével van egy probléma. Felfedezi, hogy a jelek szerint nem egy, hanem több földrengés történt. Minden alkalommal újjáépítéseket.
Ezek az ősi épületek elég kezdetlegesen kőből és havarból készültek. Ahogy a földrengés lökés hullámai végigsögöltek a földön, megrázták ezeket a szerkezeteket. És mivel elég merevek és törékenyek voltak, a közöttük lévő havacs összeomlott, és a kömbök szétszóródtak a helyszínen.
Ronszoszi palota nyugati szárnya vegyes téglafalból. Azt jelzi, hogy egyes részeit újjáépítik.
Oh, that was very bad Q. Oh, he didn't respect the WQ. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he got a bit too confident. I guess he don't know Gwen's W cooldown because people never really pick Gwen that often, right? It's hard to like know exactly the matchup. Team should give up dragons sometimes. I mean they did. T1 actually gave up the first two dragons because they were very risky. But then they got like they won the game because they played correctly around like objectives of not contesting them at the incorrect time, right? That's what they did so well. And now basically then they managed to like carry through the game by getting so many picks here and there. So that was like the whole goal of the early game for them, to like not int for drakes, because they're very low value in these days. In these days it's not really worth to die for a drake because they extremely cut that down, the drake value you get from getting a drake. So if you can get a kill maybe over a drake and then extend your lead more and more, then eventually you're gonna get later on more drakes. So if you don't int flip for let's say drakes and your team scales better, then you can get the later drakes way more likely, you know. If you actually just don't int for the first ones, you know. You see, like a lot has to do about not getting mentally baited by the drakes, because this is not that strong.
Marinatos már most is az antikvitás világának kiválósága. Mivel ő a krétai...
Damn, I got food here. Oh, you got some good food there. Can you send a picture? Can you send a food reveal?
Az elméletét, miszerint a Minószia pusztulásának egyedüli oka a földrengés volt.
Knossos néhány épületét és palota komplexumát valóban megjavította. A tömböket visszatették a helyükre, hogy újjáépítsék az épület szerkezeteket. Agyagedényes nyomaira is bukkant, amiről arra következtetek ki, hogy a térségben a földrengések után is folytatódott az élet.
Olyan cserépedényeket talált, amelyek Evans szerint a Krétát ért földrengések utára datálhatók. Marinatosra hatással van egy felfedezés, amelyet Knossosztól néhány kilométerre Annissos Minószi kikötőjében tesz.
Marinatos és csapata ásatásai során valami nagyon szokatlan dologra bukkannak. Ahogy egy ház belső területén ásnak, a padlót egy különös kőzet borítja. Habkő.
Oh, that's an old replay. Yep.
Vulkáni láva vízzel érkezik, és gyorsan lejt. Marinatos, ez elgondolkodtatja.
You know what's weird, guys? Magikarp use fight predicted the future. Whoever watched the video knows, or maybe will remember. Once he complained about T1 losing in one of his videos, and he said it would be interesting if they constantly lose, like for 3 years, and then the 4th year they're gonna win as a comeback, and that's what exactly gonna happen now. They played very consistently, T1, so it's insane.
Krétától 100 kilométerre északra. Santorini szigetig. Santorini közepén található Atlanta nevű vulkán. Ismert a Féra időszámításuk előtt 1500 körüli kitörésre, és a sziget nagy részét vulkánban borítja. Itt Marinatos felfedez egy ősi halászvárost, Akrotiri. Az a szokatlan ebben a városban, hogy minden tökéletesen megmarad. A 7 méteres vulkáni hamu alatt. Marinatos nem csak az döbbenti meg, hogy a mély hamu tökéletesen megőrizte a várost, hanem ahogy csapata mélyre ás, olyan írásos táblákat bukkannak, amelyek arra utalnak, hogy Akrotiri egy minószi kereskedőváros volt.
Azt sem tudom képzelni, mennyire izgatott lehetett. Mert mindig voltak ilyen pletykák, a környékbeliek cseréddarabokat szedtek össze. Lényegesen rátaláljon és felismerje, hogy mekkora államnak...
That's what I'm thinking, like T1 has so many, like, not only like top lane, like Aatrox counter picks, but after their comp, like often T1's comp just can't... It's same bans! The same disgusting, annoying champs are getting perma-banned because they are very, like, good at countering T1, right? They actually ban the same things. And they also ban the same things as well. Jarvan, Ashe, Renata, usual things. They don't even care about meta picks. Or they are meta as well in pro play, but they care about like what counters them really hard in the meta, right? They always ban those specifics. Same bans, same everything, because they are disgusting, you know. Those are generally like good picks into T1. So, that's interesting. Saya first rotation with Rakan. I mean, they have an Azir, not the longest ranged poking. I don't think so. I don't think so. You shouldn't go Kalista, no. Vayne's. We'll see, I guess. Poppy is not looking bad, but they only have like one champion so far where Poppy is so potent into, no? You see, but they like to play a lot of dashing champs in T1, so overall it shouldn't... no, actually they had Varus, okay, my bad. Varus, interesting, I guess. Here's a root, kinda nice into Rakan, right? I think maybe gonna go Lethality Poke because it's Saya. So maybe they're gonna go Lux or some Heimer. Yeah, I think it was a bit bold, the Saya. And the interesting thing, even if they are a couple, Saya and Rakan doesn't go that insanely well. Now why do I even say that? Now, the interesting thing is the connection is also interesting because their relationship is not completely functional, it's a bit dysfunctional in some ways. They are like lower relationship, right? Based on the quotes I heard in game, right? So, their like champion synergy is not the best, because usually Saya is a bit more front to back oriented, while Rakan is a bit more dive-in oriented, right? Well, he also has peel, of course, so he's not that bad in front to back, but he likes more dive-in comps. That's why I think they went for a good Akali. Interesting, picking to Azir. Interesting. Yeah. We don't see many Syndra picks though. They don't like Syndra that much apparently. They're afraid of hard engage or something, I don't know. Syndra can counter some engages though. I'm not sure why Syndra is not picked at all. Maybe some games could be, but they prefer more early game oriented champs. Respect, I guess, respect. So actually, God, is interesting. Yeah, they really like to go play. I don't know. I feel like this game might not be the best for T1, but I don't know. I think it was a bit bold. The first pick Saya, but at least they don't have poking support like Lux or something, so it doesn't look that bad. Even Bard, which is like whatever. I mean, I guess it can peel, but I think Bard was a bit of a shit pick. They could go for something better, like anything. I'm thinking of anything else, you know. That sort of peels Varus, either a CC tank would be interesting, or even so something, some type of enchanter maybe would be interesting. But Renata was banned, so they gonna do Renata Varus. I'm just not really feeling Bard, you know, at fall things. I mean, it helps to disengage, but not the best at it. Lulu was also open. Arguably it wouldn't be bad into them if it's played correctly, as some synergy with Varus. Arguably, right? Because Bard doesn't have like upfront ways to deal with like Rakan's ult W, right? He can maybe ult, they have a cannon, they have lots of AP so far, they have a Belvet that nobody really asked for. I don't know, it's just weird, I guess. That's all I'm gonna say, it's a bit weird, their comp. I mean, legit, yeah, I mean, it's just... I think it's just weird, honestly. So they got some poke here and there, they got a lot of magic damage, and they got the Belvet when they kinda need a tank. I mean, the Maokai was open, but they have a PTSD with Maokai at this point, right? They have a PTSD from playing Maokai at this point, I think. So they chose to not. Maybe a I'm not sure when was Zeus picking Aatrox, but maybe a Ornn would be interesting into them or something. Some engager, maybe, instead of Aatrox. I mean, Aatrox with Comet and Scorch is like fine into cannon, you know. You can have to go for those early rules, ideally. We'll see. I mean, I don't hate it, you know, because they got a super good, like, you know, snowbally comp. That's definitely true. I mean, Faker is also like super confident on Akali.
Meg kell tanulniuk harcolni a helyükért a zsákmánynál. Az oroszlánok együtt vadásznak, de a rakomáért mindenkinek meg kell fűtenie. Ha egy kölyök képtelen versengeni a húsért, éhen is halhat. A verseny egyre kiélezettebb. A nagy hímek lassabbak, mint a nőstények, főleg a mocsárban. Erősek, de mivel nagyok és nehezebbek, lomábbak is. Szükségük van a falkára, akik vadásznak.
Exclusive brown icon, interesting. Now...
kell a túlélésért. Miatt megfeledkeznek a kölykökről.
Maybe I should add like an extra scene though.
A falka azonban nem adja könnyen a zsákmányt. A szoptató anyáknak jobban kell, mint a hímeknek. De az életüket nem éri megkockáztatni.
Yes, that's the only thing they're gonna be captured, Yeah. Oh, my bad, guys, my bad.
A hímkölyök az egyetlen, aki nem fél. Ez majdnem az életébe kerül. Miután a fivérek befejezik az evést, a falka után erednek. A sérülés a végzetét is jelentheti.
Can't they dive Aatrox though?
A nőstény, akinek a kölykét megölték.
Yeah, he really does, right?
A veszteség után a teste újraindította magát, és készen áll a pár.
Yeah, so in here he has to not be dived, right, on Aatrox?
Nem lehet haragtartó. Hímek nélkül a falka végtelen. Szükségük van rájuk a terület őrzéséhez, és az új generációknak apa kell. A párzás megpecsételi a fivérek falka vezérszerepét. A nőstény pár napig velük marad. 20 percenként párzanak, hogy biztos legyen a fogantatás. Az affér halladékot ad a falka többi tagjának.
Yeah, very consistent all in, very good Q flash. Unexpected for Cannon. Very good Q flash to push in enough damage to lock him up. Insanely well played from Aatrox. Many Aatrox players wouldn't do it. Oh, he missed a little. Is it fine though? It's fine though. Ooh! Oh, he cancelled? He doesn't live. At least he saved Saya, I guess, but yeah. They got collapsed on in an ugly way by Bard. Guess they didn't really expect it. Those porters can be very unexpected, right? But I suppose, like, I think the jungle tracking went a little bit off. Because, like, obviously, if he wasn't, like, topside, he could also have something with them bot, so their jungle tracking went a little bit off. But it was a good W from Kiria, he just couldn't quite disengage, because I think his E got cancelled. I'm not sure if both of the E's got cancelled, but one of them got cancelled. So his E was a bit mistimed. Ooh. I think he's gonna respect the Bard roam though, but I think it's a bit a random roam angle, honestly, no? Ooh, spicy. No way. I think Zeus gonna respect the Bard, no? Ooh, this could be ugly. This should be ugly. But I don't know, it's a bit flippy. But if Belvet comes, it should be fine. But I guess Cannon has flash. He won't expect. He has Ward Ender though. Yikes. Yeah, the good Bard gangs though, really good. Yeah, Tinu. But at least there is a Drake trade, so I think that's big, you know. Because he won't get the level 6, I think Drake Belvet ult, right? So that's kind of good in the way, right? Also, like, bot is also being potentially pressured because of a possible. Actually, like, Light just doesn't care. He knows that. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, Varus wasn't in position to be dived, so Lee Sin just went for the safe Drake option, which is like kinda good, right? Like, everyone loves this Drake. Some of them more, some of them less, but no one really loves those type of Raptors. It's fine, I guess, if he doesn't get City, that's not a big deal. Also, Faker has to scale a little as well, in my opinion. Then it's easier to deal with Azir once you have Sork Shoes, especially in skirmishes. Like, maybe, I think he's gonna go Mercs though. Because they have lots of AP, I think he goes Mercs. Probably gonna go Mercs, I think, yeah. Now, in here, ooh, no, wait, they pulled the same trick. No, actually carry a Bard, it's fine. Yeah. Yeah, it's really good because like when the wave is in an awkward spot, the enemy jungler is ganking, right? The Bel'Veth, so they're punishing like when they're trying to unbreak freezes. That's like super well played. Good WE from the Shy. No, like actually, but Murktreads are getting spammed. I guess they have like 2 AD champs, right? But I think like Bel'Veth is not too functional as an AD champ, so into them if they play correctly, T1. So would say like maybe there is one that does hybrid damage. But yeah, I mean they're kinda high on AP, that's and then CC and all that, right? So Murktreads are just like super OP into them. Really good that they actually purchased Murktreads on top ideally on mid as well, because he's gonna go melee, right? So he has to have some resistances, some tenacity ideally. I think we are looking for something, aren't we? We are not really. We're not really looking for something, okay. Okay. Do we get the collapse in here? There's no way, right? Cannon has flash. I think he's just gonna flash abuse now. Yeah, I think Lee killed a bit early though, but no, I guess he just ults and flashes. Yeah. Ooh, do they get boner though? Ooh, it hits anyways. Ooh, yeah, it's a bit bad. Yeah, I felt like this game won't be the best. They already won like 2 games, and this game, yeah, I think they learned. I was like, VBG gonna learn out of their mistakes. Bart has some really unexpected roams, I think, with his E, some ganks, so if Bart is not getting played for a long period of time, people will just kind of like forget to sort of play into Bart. No, it's not the best, right? Not the best, all in. Almost though, almost. I mean, Varus had 2 biscuits, I had 1, but could he play it? Did he outplay him? I'm not sure. Not sure, honestly. But yeah, interesting ult, but I think he queued too early, he wasn't like too low. Maybe if the he flashed in a weird way, right? Like he was still in the side of your W. Oh, he flashed in. Oh, he predicted. Okay, my bad, my bad. No, it was super good W from Bel'Veth. It was super good of a W from Bel'Veth. This is more like it. No, Clarus enjoys this as well. Yeah, like I think VBG plays well, but T1 is also like really good. Like VBG is not bad. I think VBG's bot lane is not that good, honestly. I think their jungle is good, their mid is good. I think Shy is fine, but often he struggles because he's forced to play Aatrox, and when so many counters are open and they have counter champs beside laning phase, so that's the thing. So I think Shy is not bad, it's just like he's on bad picks. I think their bot is not the best. I mean, now Bard did go for some good plays though, but I think their bot is not necessarily better than T1's. Then I think Xiao Hu can somewhat match Faker, you know. I think he can. Might not be 100% better than Faker, but I think he can match at least Faker really well, really evenly with what he's doing at most. At least in the earlier parts of the game, but often in mid-late game he falls off a little bit, as I noticed. Oh, my bad, announcer is not on.
Más utakon mennek. Igyekeznek felhívni magukra a nőstény figyelmét. De elkéstek.
Yeah, I mean, they're insane, right? Like, that's the thing about T1's comp, they're really good in this type of skirmishes, cause they're still... they were a little behind, it's true, but their champs are like super strong in this type of skirmish scenarios. Ooh, I don't think so. I don't think so, Mr. Azir. Oh, Mr. Azir might be dead though. Does Azir have ult? He doesn't have ult, okay. No, I don't think so. There is something of an opportunity. Do they force? I don't know. I think just they prefer to not. Velvet is here, that they prefer to not. I think they got Drake. I think they got 2 Drakes, yeah. Freyka didn't have Proto Belt, so it's something to watch out for. Once Akali has Proto Belt, another dash, another speed up. I mean, I just insane on champion that already has like thousands of dashes, so keep that in mind.
A gepárdok 2-3 naponta esznek, ők viszont már 5. napja koplalnak.
Yeah, I mean, I think Azir ulted a bit late probably. But it was just like some microseconds there, you know. It's really, yeah. But I think if Azir ults, I think it doesn't matter, because right after Faker can E anyways and kill Velvet probably, so that's what I'm thinking of, like, the only way that he can counter her if she just ults her E, but it was slightly mistimed, you know, we could say that. It was slightly mistimed, yeah. So I'm thinking of. Yeah, definitely well played on Faker's team. Now he's supposed to have Proto Belt, hopefully. Let's see if he has Proto Belt on Akali. He can go for even more plays, he's very very strong. Does he go Proto Belt or Boots? Doesn't recall, okay. But he will recall, he was bluffing.
Egyel kevesebb az Iversen pár. A két hívnek folyamatosan figyelnie kell. Minden zaj védekezésre készteti őket.
No, but I think Bard is trying really, genuinely, like Keria and then Bard are trying really hard to win the game. Like Bard is giving his 100% in here, in my opinion. Who will win? Will take the next what? Herald, predict probably T1, I think. But I get T1 honestly, really easily, honestly. No?
Testvérüknek, de hiába. Amint megindulnak, régi ellenségek tűnik fel a színen. Egy csatár követi őket biztos távolságból. Ő is bízik a vadászat sikerében. A fivérek a vadászatra készülve nem foglalkoznak vele. Végül észrevesznek egy valacskos disznót a malacaival. Az apróságok könnyű célpontok.
Yeah, but Faker can already Proto Belt, Gold Linker does play really strong items, and then the overall I think the only issue is like Cannon is a bit of a cock block, I think. Because they don't even have like proper, I guess they have a Lee Sin. They have a Lee Sin to knock him back. They have some ways to play around Cannon, but he can be a bit of a cock block in team fights. Same way as Azir is. That's why Faker prefers splitting. I think their team, oh maybe I should actually vote for VPG. Because if I think about it, their team fights are very strong right now. Don't think so. Interesting collapse TP. Ooh, mistimed W. He has no W now on Akali, so I don't think so they force W on cooldown on Akali. He TP'd to deny it, but I think he could bang at the tower first, no? Maybe, but don't know, because the tower gives the same amount of gold as Herald. It's just Herald can push more than one tower, but it really depends. If it can even push more than one tower, you know, then it can be better. But it's kind of even the value gold wise. I guess like Herald gives some gold as well besides destroying a tower, it's true. But I think you should bang at the tower first and maybe look for a TP, you know? That's what I'm thinking of at least. Then you also get some CS value there on the bot side, but that's my opinion. But I don't feel like it's, even if it's a good interesting collapse TP angle. There wasn't any upfront follow-up, then they have like a lot of like peeling ults like a Bard, a Azir ult and whatnot, so for his team it's essentially it's like very hard to just dive in with Akali there, right? Get the Bard portal maybe, so it's not the easiest, right?
Looks like T1 happy to start off this streak, although it's not behaving all that much. Potential is going to be control or just eviscerated here.
Oh, Isten, és tudom, melyik azok.
Oh, iffy. This team fight is a bit iffy. We see. Interesting collapse angles from his team. Look at the collapse angles from T1. Ooh, oh, but Bard hinted! Bard hinted the cannon! Bard hinted! Bard win traded there. Oh my god, Faker. I think he almost cancelled his basic. Oh, okay. Oh my god, well played, Faker. Ooh, yeah, it's fine, it's fine. They got... Oh, Drake is not killed yet? I think they're gonna get Drake now. Yeah. Ooh. Varus has nothing right now. Just space ability. Oh. How about they get Drake, soon Soul. Does Lee Sin have smite? He does have smite, so he will smite it away from Varus, hopefully. Don't think so there will be a random smite. Thanks for a leash. Now I'm gonna say thanks for a leash. Varus, lol. Guess he tried to steal it because it's kind of important because it's so close to Soul. That was insanely well played by Kiria. But then what the hell is up with that cannon ult? But then the issue is cannon ult. But Azir pushes Lee Sin out of the cannon ult. And then when Akali is under cannon ult, now Akali gets Bard ulted. So they have sort of a anti-synergy comp. That's the issue with like the BBG comp. That it's hard for them to ult to all in. Because I think that's only too early. Yeah, Bard ulted, it wasn't Zanye. But I think they have some anti-synergy because, for example, Cannon ults, then Azir ults, then suddenly they are not in Cannon ult anymore, or Cannon ults, but then Bard ults, then Cannon doesn't get value out of his ult. So they actually have some degree of anti-synergy in their kits, if that makes sense. Their comp is a bit weird. Like when I look at the enemy comp, it's a bit weird. I mean, it counters to some extent the T1 team, but they cannot play, like, it's not like a complete counter, right? Like they can play around those counters, you know. That's the thing, that's the whole thing, that they can actually play around the counters, because they have some elements of counters, I would say, into T1 with that comp. It's just the comp itself is just weird. Because like comp-wise, it's weird. They have elements of counters, but they play skilled champs, you know, like they play Rakan, they play Aatrox, they play Akali, they play Lee Sin. All of these champs can outskill so many things. So a lot it has to do about skill actually, not only that, look, I picked this and that counter champs. Because to some extent they do counter them with some things here and there, but they lack the team synergy. So I think their whole mindset was like, oh look, I'm gonna pick some counters, but like with zero synergy. With like very low to no synergy when it comes to team fights and whatnot, right? So like their synergy can be, it can be an anti-synergy as well. That's what I'm looking at. So yeah, I mean they can outskill, you know. That's what I'm thinking of. Like they can outskill, despite they have some counters. They can always outskill, you know. There's not really, like I wouldn't even say they're complete. Like they have some elements of counters, but they can always outplay with those type of champions they have. It's like Akali, you know. People say this and that counters Akali, but it's really like it's like Akari is one of those type of champions that forces every matchup to be a skill matchup, right? Similar to Aatrox. So it's like nothing is really like an auto win in these days. It's like everything can be outskilled. It's like what counters Lee Sin. There are some things that counter Lee Sin, like a Poppy, but even a Poppy could be kicked into the enemy team maybe, and then sort of try to focus the AD carry after Poppy has no W, right? So in some ways, like Lee Sin can play around like most of his potential counters, you know, especially after his early game buff. So it's not like really that Lee Sin is so easy to be countered. Like probably, for example, Olaf could be a counter in a all-in, but if Lee Sin is smart enough, he baits the Olaf ult out, then he W's on a ward, and suddenly Olaf has no ward, as an example, right? As an example. The same way as like Lee Sin and of course Faker can play around the other abilities they have that would normally counter them, right? Especially because like they don't want to team fight too often. Like Faker is permanently on the side lane because they want them to be splitted up. So it's easier to look for picks, right? It wasn't necessarily the best in their power to team fight when they're a bit more even to the VBG team. Their goal is to sort of split them up until they get a lead, and when they're ahead enough they can of course look for a team fight. Ooh, interesting. But I think at this point they are very behind too. Yeah, I think random fights like this are bad. But look, like usually I complain about Duskblade. I usually complain about Duskblade and Aatrox, but this specific game is not that bad because his team is full of setup and damage. Bard should zone. That's the thing, Bard played the early game well, but then that's the thing about like VBG. They can play the early game well around like strong early game champs that T1 picks, but then they ain't. That's how it usually goes. They play well early on around their early game oriented comp. They usually like to go scaling on the VBG side, but then they ain't it, you know. They just ain't it anyways. That's the thing. That's what I noticed. Like first 10 minutes, they go approximately even, sometimes a little behind, sometimes a little ahead, but then they ain't. Then they ain't, you know. That's the weakness of VBG. They are good at playing around early game champs in the 5-10 minutes of the game, but then they ain't. That's what I noticed. Because like macro wise they can like do really well. T1 played really well overall by splitting them up at most, and in here it just looks like Keria is caught, but he's not, because Aatrox has insane mobility, same as Lee Sin. They catch up in no time, and because Aatrox has Duskblade, he gets a really good reset, you know, he can follow through, so he has lots of damage. Like this game specifically, I don't take Duskblade that much on Aatrox because they are very squishy on the enemy team, and lots of them can't build themselves too well. Some like, because like T1 has so much damage, it's really nice to have like an Aatrox that gets a Duskblade reset, and he has a lot of damage as well in his kit. The thing in this specific game, I actually don't hate all that much Duskblade, especially because he was ahead, right? Like Zeus is quite ahead, so he's not getting wiped so easily. You see the reset helped a lot there, right? He was invulnerable, so it was actually quite easy to pick him up. I think this is the last game if I'm correct, right? It might be GG. Oh, it might be GG. Extremely well played on T1's part. Some mistakes here and there, but extremely well played on T1's part. I think it's like the VPG issue is clear. Every game they do the same thing. In the first game they got a bit ahead early on, you know. But they do the same thing. 5-10 minutes. They play safely enough around their early game oriented comp, right? Around their snowbally comp. Then they int to 15-20 minutes, and then they lose the game due to getting like storm, due to them getting breaks. So that's what I noticed. That's like a pattern that repeats itself. It's like they play okay early on, right? But then they int. That's what I noticed. They really struggle to play after 10 minutes into T1. Because they have these playmaker champions that can force fights, that can outskill the enemy team. So it's really all about, like, these games were a lot about skill, you know. They had counter picks here and there, but some champs, as I said, they're not too counterable. It's like Ornn or K'Sante. Like, you would say you counter these champions. I said 2 tank examples. Maybe I could say Akali or Yone. But like, these champions can outskill like most of the things, you know, if you play properly. So it's not like you can like 100% counter in these days. That's how it feels like. Especially like because of the durability patch, damage nerfs on runes. So the game actually takes like heavier emphasis on also being skilled, because you can't really just like, for example, just like wipe someone out completely as in the past if you counter them in lane. So it's easier for them to also like sort of scale. So Red Games did some changes here and there to sort of disallow to that some counter picks to absolutely like stomp you. Or some people also realize that if you're getting countered, for example on top lane, people take grasp in these days. They don't go perma lethal tempo for no reason in harder matchups. So people also gone a little bit smarter when it comes to like playing around counter picks as well, with the runes, with the itemizations. So it's really about like people also getting smarter around counter plays. Picks, yeah.
A két fiatal vándor észrevétlenül közelít. A tetemen bőven hangos. A két idősebb híd még csak közelben. Bár az oroszlánok kevesen védik a területüket, a vősítők elsorolták. Néha idegenek csatlakoznak a falkához, hogy együtt napározzanak. Ezek a nőstények viszont nem örülnek a kéretlen vendégeknek.
GG. Well played. They deserved it. They played so well. They played. They deserved it. They picked very flashy, very cool to watch champions. You know, they like this. This was good to watch. Genuinely, it was very good to watch as well for the audience. They played extremely well. They played lots of like skillful, skill expression oriented champions. So in my opinion, extremely well deserved. I think the issue with VBG, they throw a lot. Or they become unfocused after 10 minutes. That's what I noticed. That's like a pattern of repetition.
Valószínű, hogy a két öreg megverné őket. A számkivetettek éhesen, csüggetten eloldalognak. Kell még egy kis idő, mire megnőnek annyira, hogy esélyük legyen a vezérhím ellen. Az idős hímoroszlán újra megjelöli a területet, jelezve, hogy itt ő az úr. A rend helyreállt.
I don't know why didn't they go for Poppy though. Obviously T1 plays like 5-4 dashing champs. I don't know why didn't they go for Poppy there, like genuinely. They went for a Belvet that does something early on, but then it's like we can't deal with their engages, you know, that's what I'm thinking of. I don't know, they hovered Poppy, then they were like second, oh no, I'm gonna int. Then they were like, no, I won't pick that Poppy, I don't know why. I actually don't know why last game didn't pick the Poppy.
Lépést a többiekkel. A falka számára a biztonság a legfontosabb, de a nővérek sosem hagyják egymást cserben.
No, well played, yeah, they definitely deserved it. I mean, it took them a lot of time to again win wards. They are winners, you know, I mean, in the past they used to be winners, but eventually what happened, some better teams of course outmatched them, but now they practice, they came back, they're really good. I don't usually watch pro play, but I can like notice. Like sometimes I watch awards, you know, sometimes I watch this and that, and yeah, it seems like there is a pattern of inting repetition. And the draft is sometimes shit. In a way, it's shit from VBG because it's like either they don't know the matchups, they don't know how to play completely well into the enemy champs. There's an argument for that maybe, or the other one is that they counter but they have like zero synergy. So they play, yeah, I don't know, it's just weird. I think they are way too fixated on counter picks, but sometimes it's the opposite. They are picking champions that are highly counterable, so they are like counter picking themselves essentially. So it was like, it's just weird. I think the draft is a bit weird on VBG side. Sometimes it was a bit weird. But I think T1's draft sometimes was a bit interesting as well. But they are skilled enough so they can go for those gems 100%, you know. If they're skilled enough, right? So it's not really about like what they pick and how counterable they are. It's like they were skilled enough. So how did you like this pro play, Clarus?
De sajnos elkéstek. Az élettelen testet körülvették az oroszlánok.
You know, one thing I'm looking at, Keria is so small. Like I never imagined Keria to be so short. Actually, that's the thing. Like I never imagined Keria to be this short. I always thought he's way taller until I seen him in Worlds.
Új generációját.
Gods.
A biztonságban van. Az idősínek újra bebizonyították, hogy érdemesek a Maradona királyság megosztott trónjára.
Worlds repays everything. I thought I would be crying, but I'm not actually in tears.
예상할 수 있어서 그렇지 않았을까 조심스레 짐작을 해봅니다. 오늘 더
Today, your lane opponent was the Shy. How was it? I was quite nervous. You know, I was pretty much worried as well. But the moment I started playing in front of so many fans here, I was not able to feel nervous. I was actually very confident, so I was able to pull off a decent performance. Thank you so much.
I gotta leave from now because I will go shopping with my... Jövök én is, várja man. I will go shopping with my parents. I'm gonna leave for now, guys. Remember, I'm gonna come back later with my stream. But that's it for now. Pro play ended. I mean, whoever wants to watch the end, you guys can watch the end. But we really came for the game itself. Whoever wants to, of course, watch the end, you guys can watch it, of course, on Twitch, on YouTube. I'm gonna leave for now. And remember, guys, have a nice day.